Boop boop.
Hello.
As soon as I did that, my frame started dropping, so that's a good sign.
Oh, see you later, frames. Hi everyone. If our frames have returned, do frames come with audio? Would the audio be fine without the frames?
Debatable. Sometimes I've thought that the stream's dying and everyone's been like, no, it's fine. So it might just be fine.
Oh.
Nobody needs frames. See, Snort's gonna understand that. Fuel, thank you for the biddies. I appreciate it. Hello everyone. Snorts, thank you for the 4 years of sub. Holy
shit.
Fucking shit. Jesus Christ.
Good God.
Thank you, I hope you're okay.
Hi everybody, especially Mal, who's off to play their own D&D. Good luck.
Good luck out there.
Good luck out there. And I hope you have a better brain day, Emrys. Hi everyone. We're currently down a Katie because she's pouring herself a drink, but other than that, we're all good to go. So I thought we'd do a little cheeky recap and tell everyone what the prompts are going to be for today. It's been a little while. We've had a small hiatus due to bits and bobs, things happening in our lives. But we're back, and we're going to play some Housebound Adventuring, some Dungeons and Dragons.
Dungeons and Dragons.
Weirdly, in a crazy twist, we're going to continue where we left off, as opposed to just like starting
brand new.
1.
What?
We're gonna continue all from the
beginning. We're not doing a name. We're not all gonna change our names and start again.
Character creation from the start. So the 2 prompts that we're working with today are
Nathan Chan.
Nathan's here. Excellent.
He's always watching somewhere.
I like that you appreciate that joke. The prompts that we're working with today are how does your
literally in a character creation too.
No way, are you kidding me? What the fuck?
Of course.
Oh my goodness. So how does your character feel about keeping secrets from the rest of the party? And if your character knew that they were going to die in a month, how would they spend the rest of their life? Oh no, maybe we've chosen 2 good prompts. Maybe we should have maybe swapped one of them out for a shit prompt.
Does anyone have a shit prompt we can do?
Yeah, we need a shit prompt.
What flavor? What font one I sent you the other week, Tom? Or this week?
Yeah. No, that was pretty poor.
I know.
No, okay, I've got a better one. We're going to trade one of these out for a different one. So we're going to go for how does your character feel about keeping secrets, and a less interesting one, which is your character more of an introvert or an extrovert?
Oh, okay, easy.
See, right?
We already had that one.
Just don't complicate things.
Ask questions like that.
It's okay. It's okay if we have, because that's the shit question, so that doesn't matter.
The audience doesn't need to know that we recycle the same questions every 3 weeks.
Well, I feel like, to be fair, at a certain point, we could start doing old prompts again, because we'll have forgotten our answers for the previous ones.
And then we can come up with multiple cannons that split off in all kinds of weird directions.
Well, it might be that your character just on this occasion has remembered a particularly different encounter, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Would your character say that mac and cheese is soup or salad? What?
It's not either.
It's not either. What do you mean?
Are we immediately derailing the game by bringing up a food debate? I'm kidding. So Katie, we're changing one of the prompts.
Oh, I love that I came back and it's like, is mac and cheese soup or salad? And I'm like, is that where we're at today? Oh, good. I'm glad.
We're glad to have Grace with us for a live session. But we're changing one of the questions. So we got the secrets one, and is your character more of an introvert or an extrovert? Because I felt like the other question was too good to use 2 good questions on the same prompt session. We got to divide them out a little bit more.
That's fair. All right.
So
prompts are hard to come by in times like this.
They are. But at some point, we're going to run out of good ones, and we're going to have to either start from the beginning or just drop prompts altogether. Right. Anyway, so last game we ended off on a teeny tiny little itty bitty cliffhanger, more like a hill hanger or a step hanger, maybe. I don't know. And I'll explain my way there whilst we have our characters have some time to think of answers for our prompts. So we're currently on a quest given to us by Albert Humpledink, who is a monk at the same monastery that Randall comes from. A monastery that is Its sole purpose is to better record tales and stories and better understand local mythos and what's accurate and what's inaccurate and where these stories come from and how they developed. And the quest basically is that during Albert's studies as a very new initiate to the monastery, Albert has been poking through some material back at the monastery and has found something that looks a little bit like a kind of legendary figure within the royal family might have been unearthed. Someone that they thought had disappeared long ago. They believe that they've found their tomb in some kind of dingy crypt tucked away and forgotten. And they're not stupid enough to go on their own, so they've hired these guys. Obviously, Randall, being from this monastery, was a big thumbs up for taking this quest, and we got here after some faff on the way, but here we are. So we're now currently at the graveyard, having arrived, and we met Grace Vibes, who is a halfling lady of about 40, with a ginger messy bun, a white streak in her hair, a dirty white apron, and a long green coat. She has a bunch of pockets filled with cleaning instruments, lots of patches that she's sewn on to darn her own clothing, and a spray bottle that says "Clean Vibes Only." She has taken it upon herself to go around all of the graves in this entire graveyard, which is the size of a town, and clean every single one of them. She's doing that because she, after taking care of her own partner's grave, kind of really enjoyed it, found it really satisfying. And it turned out that she actually has some kind of ability to interact with the spirits of the dead. She told you that there is an area within the graveyard that has bad vibes. Don't go into the bad vibe zone. And she tried desperately to distract you with tons and tons of mini... Jenny, I saw that in the periphery of my vision as I was looking at my notes. I saw Dingy Crypt, and in the name of I was like, Jesus fucking Christ.
I was like, this is gonna be funny. I need to say it. I can't keep this in my head.
Oh my god.
Secret. No.
Oh
Hey, Kanik. How you doing?
But she tried to distract our party by giving them tons and tons and tons of mini quests. Basically being like, all of the spirits around here have little things that need to be done. You can help this guy. His gravestone is back to front. That's terrible. This guy's got a misspell on his name. And all these different kinds of little bits and bobs. And you guys, despite getting on very well with Grace, decided to slink away while she was distracted. Instead, you bumped into some kobolds who appeared to be trying to grave rob. They had a big old shovel, and they looked like they were prepared to do some nefarious thievery. And you decided, you know what? We're going to let them go about their business. They're harmless. They're fine. They're doing their own thing. And make your way towards the tomb. Takes a good old while to get even halfway down this graveyard, in and out, weaving between these gravestones. But as you do, you find a long kind of transit way that seems to cut and divide straight down the middle. Along this road are huge footsteps that are almost completely just in the tracks within themselves. There's no deviation. It's just these big old footprints that have worn into the stone. And surely enough, the person who was making those footsteps strolls along. I will put the link in chat again, just so that we can see who we're talking about. This big old chunky creature appears upon the scene, darned in other gravestones and kind of religious stonage.
Yes,
this graveyard
definitely
angel has been having a nice little stroll, patrolling through this graveyard for as long as it's been created, it appears. You tried to have a little bit of a chat with it, after doing some arcana and religion checks, I believe, I can't remember precisely what it was, you determined that the graveyard angel is a creature that is born of, essentially, you get a graveyard big enough, and this one is colossal. It's the same with many different kind of concentrations of very specific things. You might find that, for example, a shit ton of blood creates some kind of horrible blood monster. Tons and tons of bones makes a bone creature, whatever. In this particular instance, what you found is that a huge graveyard angel has appeared, and it appears to have taken it upon itself to defend the tombs and the graves and the mausoleums upon the premises. Whilst trying to get its attention, it seems to be somewhat distracted by what you can only assume are the kobolds in the distance doing something they should not be doing, as it picks up, yanks gravestones out of the floor, despite its entire purpose being that of protecting graves, and uses itself as a catapult to just launch these projectiles, crushing the kobolds as you hear in the distance little screams. Nerly and everyone else in the party obviously thinks, oh shit.
Mm-hmm.
Spooky thing. And Nerly takes it upon herself to maybe try and communicate and just say, hey, is it okay if we poke around a little bit? No problems here, right? We're cool, bro. In Celestial, understanding that it is some kind of, a religiously linked creature. And unfortunately, it replied in what can only be described as the sound of gravel, rocks kind of rolling against each other, and it did not seem to be something that you could understand. As it turned to you. It waits a couple of seconds for your response, and we will get to that momentarily. First, we'll do our prompts. Hello, everybody that's coming to chat that I haven't had a chance to say hello to yet because I've been monologuing. But anyway, we're doing our prompts today. We're going to start with Jenny.
Okay.
How does Oro feel about keeping secrets from the rest of the party?
I don't think she has any secrets or doesn't really care about secrets. I think she's pretty forgetful, and if you tell her a secret, she'll probably be like, all right, I'll keep that safe, don't worry about it, and then just forgets it immediately and is like, all right.
I relate to Oro.
Yeah, same. But I don't think she really has any need to keep any secrets. She's pretty open about things.
Okay, so a run-on question that I might try and remember to ask everybody is, how would Oro feel if she discovered that a party member was keeping a secret from her?
Yeah, how would she feel about it?
Yeah, I mean, how would she? I was
She'd
wondering.
be totally cool with it, right? Yeah.
She wouldn't be really mad or anything. I think she'd want to know like why, if it was like really important, but if it was something that wasn't, like, oh, by the way, I'm a demon who's going to kill you and have been lying this whole time. That'd be a bit like okay, that's a bad secret to find out about. Okay, but if it's like, oh, I accidentally left the milk out of the fridge last night, I didn't want to tell you about it, and I'm like, okay, that's fine, it don't matter.
Okay, so pretty laid back when it comes to secrets then.
Yeah.
Is your character more of an introvert or an extrovert? Again, we might have asked that question before, but fuck it, we're playing D&D. Let's get on to the D&D.
I think she's an extrovert. Maybe not like really far on the scale of extrovert, but at least in my mind of what an introvert and an extrovert is. Me being, yes, I'm very much an introvert. Oro is much an extrovert in my opinion, but maybe not
relative
loud.
to you.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you think there are any particular scenarios where she would like definitely switch to introvert mode?
Maybe with like intellectual stuff, where she needs to be smart in a situation. She often looks at other party members, being like, "I don't fucking know. I'm gonna keep quiet." That's probably
pass the torch in that situation. Okay. Well, we're going backwards. Doxy, Randall.
I'm backwards.
For me, you are. Yeah. How does your character feel about keeping secrets from the rest of the party?
I don't know. I think Randall probably has an interesting relationship with secrets, given that most of the stuff he's doing is like trying to unearth secrets in some sense. Like they're not necessarily secrets as in like, oh, I'm keeping this to myself because I don't want people to know it. It's more like lost histories or things like that.
Sure.
So I think he's probably always trying to uncover that. But then also maybe that has shown him that like everybody has secrets and things that they don't necessarily tell people up front, and he's kind of just like expects it. Like he expects everyone just to have things that they're not telling him now, maybe later.
Okay, well, how would Randall feel if there was somebody in the party that kept a secret from him?
I think you'd probably, yeah, like I said, you just sort of kind of expect it. Be like everyone has like a story of how they got here, and not everyone shares it or wants to share it or is ready to share it.
This is a safe place. Stares at Nerly.
For no apparent reason.
Okay, and would you consider Randall to be more of an introvert or an extrovert?
I think Randall is a bit more of an introvert, and maybe that's why he spent so long, or one of the reasons why he spent so long at the monastery and didn't want to like go out, because going out into the world means interacting with people, and yeah, the role out in the world is to go and talk to people and find their stories.
Would you? Are there any scenarios where Randall would be like super confident? Like, is there a particular domain where Randall like takes charge and like?
I feel like when if like he's chasing down, like if he can see the strands of like a story or like something related to that, or like into that kind of realm where it's not just like small talk or oh, the water was rough today, wasn't it, for the boats? So
okay, cool. Right. Cool. Haiku. How does your character feel about keeping secrets from the rest of the party?
I mean, they're not a fan of secrets, but they know it's a necessity. People are entitled to their own secrets. I think something horrible depends on what it is. It's something that puts them all in danger. People need to know that. If it's something more personal, I'll leave it be.
Okay, so that would kind of apply to if someone within the party had also told them a secret or kept a secret or something like that.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. And would you say that your character is more of an introvert or an extrovert?
Definitely more extrovert. They've travelled a long way from home, so you sort of need to be. I mean, they do have their own introverted moments, like fiddling around with a gauntlet, for example. That's introvert time, essentially. Sure. But yeah, mainly an extrovert.
Okay, cool. Well, you answered my other question before I even got a chance to ask it. However, we've got a good question in chat from Noko River. Does Haiku gather secrets, like stuff?
No, not at all.
No? Not interested in collecting secrets?
Nah. That would push out other important information.
Not going to become like the shadow broker or something like that. Okay, cool.
Somebody's been playing Mass Effect again.
Somebody's been watching people play Mass Effect again.
Fair.
Okay, Katie.
Mm-hmm.
Excited to answer this question?
Yeah.
How does your character feel about keeping secrets from the rest of the party?
I feel like there are situations in which somebody might do so. Similarly to what Jack was saying, like if it were something that was going to put someone in danger, obviously that's like something that that they should tell somebody about so they can be prepared if necessary, or like if they're exploring a place together and they find something cool and they just like choose to keep it to themselves, that would be really shitty. But like if it's something personal that they just like would make them feel like other people wouldn't like them or be scared of them or something like that, then like that might come in time, but sometimes those are necessary.
Sure. So is she when does she feel like does she feel like there's a particular like place when secrets have run their course and like you can just be like, okay, let's open the book here, or is she more like it's she gonna keep it until it's absolutely necessary? Like you only get to know this when it's absolutely something you need to know.
I feel like she assumes that she'll know when the right time is.
Okay.
Like having already mentioned to them that like there might be some people that were looking for her before they encountered Priscilla. Like that was one of those like this could put them in danger. So
Sure. Mm-hmm.
You know, give them an eye out what to look for, and if that made them not want to travel with her anymore, then she would have, she would understand and would leave. But that didn't happen, so that was kind of like the critical stuff, and everything else is something she doesn't know.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. And is your character more of an introvert or an extrovert?
I think she is a like socially crippled extrovert, where she like has this like desire to go out and speak to people, but like there's a lot of self-doubt and like her naivete and unfamiliarity with the way that people are continues to cause her to have like negative interactions or what she perceives to be negative interactions, and so she keeps like wanting to do things like that and then it just not going well, and so it's like making her just kind of like sit in that space of having like her little bubble of people and kind of sticking to that.
Okay. Good answers all around. Very happy. Very happy. Okay. With that, we can roll straight into our D&D campaign. As always, if you guys do have a cool little prompt idea, Docs has put the command in the chat already. And you can contribute to the questions and stuff that we try and use at the beginning of our games. It's tough to come up with good ones. There's a challenge for you. Okay. So you guys are currently at a crossing, essentially. Behind you are shit tons of gravestones and tombs and crypts. In front of you are shit tons of gravestones and tombs and crypts, but they are over a cobbled street, a cobbled road in front of you. On the cobbled road, standing in its own footprints, is this giant graveyard angel, as we've discussed previously. It is a hulking stone beast with arms, a giant shovel, and it appears to be kind of covered in marble gravestones. It has a kind of gargoyle face of an angel with wings, and you can see that it is littered with kind of skull decorations and stuff. It doesn't really have any like facial expression as such. It doesn't appear that at any point during it's trying to communicate with you it has changed its expression. It's just kind of staring blankly down into the space that you reside. It almost kind of just, you're not even sure if where the head is necessarily its face. It's just kind of generally that's where the noise is coming from, but like there are the mouth's not moving, the eyes aren't moving. There's really nothing. So it kind of just looks down at you after you have been trying to speak to it in Celestial, and it just goes, and it just sounds like rocks crunching together.
She's just kind of like look. I think she stepped in front of everyone, so it's kind of one of those things where you like look over your shoulder, like.
Try my best.
I'm gonna put like a foot over the line into what it looks like the area is where the angel thing is like patrolling and blocking off, and see just what happens if I like touch my toe on that side.
It does not seem to react to you.
Take another step.
It is now decided. It's now started to move forward. It lifts one colossal foot and steps about 10 feet in a stride, and it just starts marching, patrolling onward, and it kind of ignores you unless you make any moves to stop it.
No, sir.
Halt.
I think maybe it understood. I didn't know what it said, but they said.
Yeah, I mean they didn't throw a gravestone at us, so we're probably fine.
I don't know if there's like a certain point at which you're not supposed to pass, but it didn't do anything when I kind of dipped my toe in, so to speak.
Just keep an eye on it for gravestones.
Yeah, keep your ears open for flying gravestones.
Maybe just step carefully. No, don't take things too quickly in case we overstep our boundaries.
Okay.
Literally. So we'll start creeping towards bad vibe zone. This is creeping. I don't know, like the tiptoe motion. Like
Okay, cool. Then we get moving. Our party starts taking slow and careful and gentle steps across the cobbled street. Surely enough, the graveyard angel appears to just be plodding away, happily, contentedly ignoring you. As you step across the road and across the boundary to the kind of grassy area that is just more gravestones, you can see kind of in a distance there is a very clearly defined line where the gravestones are clean in a circle almost. It's like a radius of just like all these places are clean. And after that, there's just a line of just horribly filthy ancient tombstones that are just caked in moss and dirt and grime, and kind of dust where flowers may have been laid at some point. That is just it fortunately is a wonderful perimeter that kind of just says it's probably in here somewhere. Like you're crossing into the bad vibe zone.
Yeah. I think that might be the place we're looking for right there. Do you think we just walk in?
Yeah, guess so. Carefully.
Put a toe in again.
Suddenly tombstone. No, you're okay.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
you take one step over.
Fake
you kind of
whistling.
you take one step across what appears to be some kind of boundary, and you look around and you keep your ears and eyes open, trying to see if anything changes, and nothing happens. There's a slight shift in the wind for a moment, but it's just still a damp graveyard.
I think we're okay.
Okay.
Maybe just don't step on anyone. Starts making like careful steps around where like think like the body would be for every gravestone.
Sure. As you kind of travel deeper and deeper into the graveyard, it becomes a lot less structured and regimented. Whereas previously it looked a lot like someone had taken over at some point and decided this is where the graves go. They are in a line kind of deal. And like there are particular like, tombs and crypts that stand out in particular. Apart from that, it's been mostly pretty straightforward. But now the comparison is that of looking at a old English town and comparing it to like New York, because it goes from these rigid straight lines of what would be streets of gravestones to just jagged wherever the fuck haphazardly placed graves that are clearly not planned out. In the distance, you can see that there is a tree line that is within the borders of the graveyard. Everywhere else that you've seen has had a kind of a border of the graveyard that is a very clear stone wall. But the distance where you can see is that there is a copse of trees that appears to be within the borders of the graveyard. There is a break in that copse of trees that seems to have a small raised hill. Beyond that, you've got plenty of options for what you'd like to do, as long as those options are poke around some graves.
And we were looking for one marked. Just looking through my notes, they had like a name.
So you are looking for, and you are, again, remember that you are accompanied by Albert Humperdinck.
Yeah.
Who has repeatedly, as you have been walking, reminded you again and again, by not shutting the fuck up ever, about Ansia the Paranoid.
Paranoid, that's what it was.
Ansia the Paranoid. They believe that Ansia the Paranoid is a member of the Obaskir family, who is the current and has always been the ruling family of Cormyr for about 1,470 years. Something
Long
like
time.
that. They've been around for a while. But Albert, as you recall, has taken a very keen liking to Nurali. And has just been kind of just gushing constantly, using every opportunity to talk to Nurali and just to talk incessantly about the story, like any particular story that she shows any interest in. And Nurali has largely been too polite and perhaps a bit too naive to recognize that she could probably say something a bit snarky and make him shut the fuck up. But or she's been enjoying the conversation. You tell me.
Oh, I think she has no idea. Like, I think that there was a point where she kind of was like, that was weird. But other than that, like, she doesn't know him. And so she just assumes that this is just like what he's like. And the idea of like, yeah, like learning stuff is interesting, right? So she's just kind of like plodding along, like listening to stories or whatever.
So so Nurali is for the most part quite happily and contentedly listening to him chatter on.
Mm-hmm.
She's not annoyed by it.
I don't think so, no.
Well, as you're all kind of walking in a group, how are the rest of you feeling about Albert right now?
I think Oro at some point in the last game that we played was visibly annoyed by him and was ignoring him or just trying to like bother him in some way. I think she was like playing fetch with Nugget or something with like sticks she found. So maybe she occasionally just like accidentally hits him with the stick or something like that. Like, oh no, I'm so sorry. Or like trips him up with the stick. Like, oh god, it's so clumsy. Just to try and get him to stop.
Right, okay. And the rest of you, how are you feeling about Albert right now?
Increasingly irritated.
What is it that's annoying you about Albert?
Just the constant talking.
You wish he'd shut up just because it's incessant. It's not maybe the content, it's just the fact that it's not forever ongoing.
Yeah. When you're on like a long walk, which has clearly been, there's long times where you just want to, a bit of quiet. You can just hear the sounds around you, and not
You can just hear
someone...
the graveyard angel.
Yeah, just hear the graveyard, just plodding along, graveling to themselves. But he's just a constant talking.
Sure. How about Randall?
I think it's become white noise. Just like it's just too much information, so it's just Randall... kind of like completely.
Well, I like the idea. Has Randall seen anything in Albert that he recognizes might be similar to himself?
I think he might be like being like, wait, I don't sound like that, right? I don't. Do I talk like that about things? I hope not.
Have you said that to anyone?
I feel like it might have.
It's been a while, so we're going to have to recap some of this stuff.
Yeah, maybe you whisper it to one of us, yeah.
Yeah.
I think you might.
I feel like that was a conversation. It did sound funny.
I feel like you did say that probably to Oro while he was talking to me about something. Maybe it was like around the campfire or whatever that one time.
Yeah, I think so.
I feel like that's something I remember maybe happening. I don't know.
Okay, sure. So you've at some point communicated that that's not me, right? And your party members have all said,
Lord no, Jesus Christ. I think I was like fuck no, I would have been gone if you were like that or something along those lines.
Okay, cool. It's almost like it's been several weeks since we last played and we don't watch our own VODs. Anyway. Okay. So time rattles on, and it seems a lot like Albert is not really fearing for themselves. There was definitely some mouth movement from Katie there, but no sound came out.
I had muted my phone, but there was something that wasn't muted and it started going off immediately. And I was like, oh, sorry. Anyway, continue.
Okay. But he doesn't seem to be all that concerned about, where you are as far as he is concerned. He does appear to be mostly fixated on chattering to Nurali. you don't know whether or not it's because he's clearly a little bit infatuated, or if it's because he's a bit nervous about where he is, because he is kind of under the assumption that this is a danger zone. But for the rest of you who are taking quite a lot of care and caution in where you tread and listening out for incoming gravestones, etc., his incessant chattering is kind of knocking your concentration a little bit.
It's not adding to the bad vibes in a positive light.
Correct. Yep. But time goes on. You step closer and closer towards this break in the tree line on the far end. And you notice as you go that, like I said, you just kind of the layout seems to be getting older and older. But then you kind of get to a midpoint where, I mean, it's like almost like the outside. It's kind of, there's one particular point in the center that is just completely haphazard, almost like they are placed kind of just. You'd think that maybe if you saw it from above, perhaps it would be some kind of symbol of some kind, but it would have been drawn just by scribbles. Like it's just some crazy, like scrawling. And then once you get past a certain point, they start to kind of be a little bit more organized, etc. Again, it's almost like, as you've been described in the past, you know that this graveyard was kind of essentially a dump for a certain point, and it's almost like you've tread past the area where essentially there was a huge pile of corpses that was dumped, and rather than just putting one big stone and like a steel or whatever it's called, stele, I don't know, the steel stele, they've just kind of put down tons and tons of tombstones, and then after that they've put a little bit more effort in there, a little bit more space. You can see that there's enough space for a body to have been buried there. And then you kind of like, it kind of looks like you've gone through the deepest, oldest part of the graveyard and come out to the other side. And as you come out to the other side, a couple more steps, and then there's this clearing, and there is a mound, a burial mound, in a just beyond this kind of copse of trees in this clearing. There is a clear kind of doorway to it that is, I say clear. It's clear in that there is nothing obscuring it beyond its door. There is a slight kind of, the slope to the hill kind of, it's not angled directly towards you, but you can see that there's a door. Essentially, it's not just, oh, there's a hill here. Okay, it looks like a burial mound.
Okay.
This is the only place that you have seen in the entire graveyard that looks like a burial mound. Everything else has been crypts. Everything else has been mausoleums. They've all been kind of buildings or kind of tucked in between other staircases and stuff. This is quite separate, and it looks quite deliberate.
Well, that looks different.
Yeah.
Do you think that's it?
I mean, can check it. It seems like the right kind of area in the bad vibe zone.
True. Let's go up to it.
Okay. I'm going to upload a little image that I meant to upload before, but I didn't, and I regret it. It's going to take me a couple of seconds because I have bad internet, so give me a minute.
A minute? That's different than a couple seconds.
It's a lot of seconds.
Shit, you're right.
If only there was some precise definition for how many seconds it would be.
Really like to upload this, but it's not working properly. That's not good. It didn't go anywhere. Okay, I'm gonna have to just describe this to you instead of dragging and dropping it, because I don't know how to. Oh no, I could do it where. Let me try.
Can you post a link to it?
It's not a link, unfortunately, at the moment.
Load it to Discord?
I could, yeah. I should be able to upload it to this. It's just I need to save it by an image. Because it's in a Word document.
Oh, yeah. Is that what you're humming?
I was humming
sounds
nothing.
like.
I was just random noises coming from me.
Gotcha.
Okay, it should be uploading, which means
Ignore
I could be
me.
doing a robot.
You're fine right now.
Okay, here we go. waterfront. Should see it on your on your on your maps here.
Yeah.
So on the front of the door, the majority of the door, in fact, is this kind of this stone, kind of this dual kind of sliding door that you would expect to come open like this. Both halves of it are divided through the center by this large sigil that is put on the front of the door. As you can see, it appears to be a big dragon. Big old dragon.
Is it a symbol we've seen anywhere else?
I can tell you that Randall has seen it before.
Oh, I've seen it before.
100%.
What
In fact,
did I see
I'm not
it
gonna.
on?
I'm not going to give you a roll for this because it's just this. If you got this wrong, if you didn't recognize this, then it would make no sense for your character, and I don't want that to happen. So this is the sigil of the Obuskir family.
Oh, this is the sigil of the Obuskir family.
Oh,
I knew that.
And your character absolutely would have known that. If I made you roll for that, and then you got it wrong, you'd be like, "The fuck is this about?" I've read an entire fanfic book about this. It's the royal family of the is the entire like the royal family of the entire
featured prominently.
country. Actually, you know what? So what I'm gonna, I'll take a. How many times have you read that book?
Oh, I don't know. At least once, probably twice. I think it's like I once to like get it all, and then the second time is to like.
was this the smut book?
Yeah.
No.
No.
Once to get it all, and then once to what?
Wants to fact check to make sure you remembered everything correctly.
Ah, yeah, right. Memory check. That's
what they
how you
call it.
study.
Hi,
Do you
Miles. How's
remember
it going, buddy?
Hi, Miles.
Hi, Miles.
Okay, so you recognize. Actually, no. Give me a history check. Just a straight one. If you'd said you read it like 50 times, I would have given you an advantage, but you didn't. You said 2 times.
Well, I mean,
2 times is all he needs. Is a good reader.
It's a very small book.
I'm just taking notes as well, you know.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, I'll give you an advantage then.
Like the point of reading it is to extract the information.
You're right. No, you're okay.
book
No,
bits.
that's
Thank you.
fair. Okay, so you recognize the description, the very vague description that Albert has given. Albert has been extremely reserved in the details of the book that he found this information in, purposefully trying to obscure that it is erotica that he found it from. But you recognize that pretty quickly because, first off, you knew that there was a particular kind of book that initiates were meant to read at the beginning. But additionally, you recognize it because he's describing the book that you have read.
Oh.
And the story, the book that you have read is called The Royal, Prostrate. And it is a raunchy romance fiction about a small town village leader who falls in love with a farmhand, but that farmhand turns out to be in the royal family.
Dun, dun, dun.
That does sound like the plot of a romance novel, though. Like,
Yeah.
that's perfect.
And you recognize that several of the details that have kind of leaked through Albert chatting shit as he has, is that he's mentioned on several occasions that the raunchy farmhand had a very sexy tattoo that was placed just on kind of the outer outer waist. What was the term for that?
You talking about the V?
I'm talking about the V.
Okay, I gotcha.
Just on the outside of the V. Can't think of what's the term for that? That's not really gross.
Yeah, I can't.
It's like stupid something, whatever. Hold on.
Hey, Evan.
Hey, Evan.
did it.
So glad I'm
Tony,
Googling
novel
this.
that Tom has been
Yep.
reading.
What is the V called? Is that
I'm
what
not
you
saying. I'm
Googled?
not saying that. Adonis belt. That's what it was.
Adonis belt. Ooh.
I wouldn't have known what you meant if you would have said it that way.
What was the other one? What was the other one that you read?
The first
Does it start with a C?
men's health. The transversus abdominis is that deep V-shaped cut in the abs of bodybuilders, also known as sex lines. I was like, that's not
Oh.
what people
Oh.
call it. Nobody calls
Yeah.
it that.
No, I've heard something much worse. Okay. All right. Okay. Tom moonlights as a romance writer confirmed.
Maybe Moonlights as a D&D DM. Maybe it's the other way around.
Which one is the real moonlighting then?
Gutters.
Or are they one and the
yes.
same?
Gutters. Don't call
Yes,
it gutters.
Evan, I'd heard the term gutters, but there was another word in front of gutters that started with C. And and that's the one that I didn't want to say out loud.
that doesn't even. Why wouldn't you describe it in a nicer way? Like
Fair question.
gutters. Anyway.
But yes, anyway, so it was described quite explicitly in the book multiple times that there was a tattoo that resembled this sigil on Ansia, on the farmhand in that location, on the cat gutters.
I went through all the trouble googling this so that I could give you Adonis belt, and you're gonna still use.
Oh, all right, no, you're right. Adonis belt is way more poetic.
Yes.
Yeah.
Supposed to be writing a romance novel over here. Gutters. Come
I didn't
on.
say it was romance.
No, the book is a romance book, and it said that the raunchy farmhand.
It's erotica.
It's erotica. It's the same thing.
It sounded like you were mocking my accent. You didn't say like. Didn't
Was
sound
I?
like you said it's erotica. You said it's erotica, like you were doing a British accent.
Maybe I was. Maybe I'm still mad that y'all came up with gutters as like what the fuck? Like, no, I'm not allowing this.
Adonis belt. Okay. Highfalutin.
Erotica equals fancy porn.
Oh my goodness. Okay. Whew. Yes, so that is one of the many places that you recognize this from. It's kind of like you see this sigil and then all of the pieces fall into place that he's been talking about the exact same book that you have a copy of. The same book that has been giving you kind of bonus rolls on Obaskir family history related content.
Oh. I'm gonna pull the book out.
He's distracted. He's kind of looking at the sigil on the front of the door, kind of being like, I can't believe we're here. Look at this. This has got to confirm it, right? This has got to be Obaskir things.
Oh, I don't
You
know
won't
what
go
that
in.
means. What does that mean?
This big old the dragon.
Dragon, yeah.
That's an Obaskir family emblem.
Mm-hmm.
Well, let's go look at it then.
And can I be there? I want to flick through the page and be like, yeah, it says the raunchy farmhand had it tattooed on their whatever it is. I forgot
On
the
my
name of the
sex
lady.
line.
What does raunchy mean?
Oh no.
It's porn.
It's what?
Sex book. 18 plus book.
Oh.
Wait, how old are you, Nerd?
I think Aura's only 18. I think Aura literally turned 18 and
That's
was
right.
like, porn books!
Porn books and booze. Let's go.
Let's go.
Can we just Evan redeemed a D6 for me and said nearly Adonis belt bonus.
Wow.
Oh my god, I'm sorry. Thank you. So how do we go inside?
Yeah, we going inside this from the porn book that you know that this symbol's from the porn book, so this is the one we need to go in.
What do you mean? What's a porn book? What are you talking about?
Lots of people read them, apparently. Why do you seem uncomfortable?
What are you talking about? I found this location through rigorous scholarly research.
I don't see why it wouldn't be any less rigorous if you read it in a book like that. So it didn't really come out how Katie meant it.
He just blushes. He just flushes absolute red. Which it seems to be the colour that I am right now. I really don't know what's going on with my I don't think I'm actually this red. Maybe I am. Isn't it?
Is it because we called you out for your other job?
Yeah, you got me. You got me. Well, listen, I think we should go in. We're here now. This could be anything. Maybe they just really like the Obaskirs. Maybe it's not actually an Obaskir family tomb. We've got to go in and have a look.
Yes. It seems
Come on now. He kind of walks over to the front door on his own, just skips ahead of you guys really excitedly as he does the flap on his book strap, kind of bounces around as he gets to the front door. He just starts pouring at it, looking like he's trying to find a way to wedge it open.
You need a hand?
Please.
Nugget.
I don't know what I'm doing. This is just it's a door. Why don't I open it? I think sometime they're going to find a way to automate these things.
What's that mean?
Just to make it do it on its own. Why am I having to scramble like this?
Well,
Probably locked.
Well, there's no key.
I bet Randall could figure it out.
Does it tell you in your book how to open the door?
Just speed read back through.
I know.
Back through the pages. Jesus Christ.
Thank you. I'm glad I'm not the only one that went.
Oh dear.
Jesus Christ. Get your mind out of the gutters.
The gutters.
Out of the gutters.
Oh Christ. As far as you can see, there's no keyhole. There's no real lock mechanism that appears to be in place. It looks an awful lot like it just needs some brute force.
Yeah, these places normally aren't like made to be opened. I don't think.
Oh.
Because generally the people in there don't come out.
Hopefully.
Generally, not always.
Not always. Okay, well, who's the strongest of us?
Quick, let's arm wrestle to find out.
I'm pretty strong.
Nugget's also pretty strong.
I think Nugget is probably the strongest of us. I'm quite strong.
Haiku or Nugget,
I mean, we could
probably.
all do it.
Yeah, as a team.
Team effort.
Yeah, okay.
Me looking over at my 8 strength. Guidance. I'll be in the way. Here you go, Haiku.
Thank you.
Okay, so Haiku's doing the main lifting. Is someone going to help Haiku?
I think they're all going to do it, but there's only so many people that can fit to pry open doors. Yeah.
There's 2 doors. We've got Haiku on one side, Randall on the other, and then Oro underneath.
Oh no, Oro's way too weak. It'd be Nugget that would be like trying to help.
I feel like Oro and I are kind of standing back in the middle to see what's in there when they open it. Yeah, like cheering on guidance Haiku.
Okay. Can you roll me some strength checks, please?
How many?
I mean, since you're all doing it as a joint effort.
You can add a D4 to that, Jack.
3.
23.
Okay. Fortunately, you all rolled bonkers high, apart from Randall, who rolled bonkers medium. Actually, very poorly, but has a +5. And you managed to lever it in such a way that because you, you rolled. Yeah, well, I figured it's probably similar. What's your strength modifier?
+2 on strength.
Oh, do you have like strength saving throw proficiency?
I think so. Yeah, I do.
Oh,
so that's +5. It should be +2. So it's 3 less.
Oh no. Okay. Coincidentally, the team tattoos are in the gutter region. Oh my god.
We all got to have them in different places.
I is that with my gutter region? Good God.
Well, with you guys managing to forcefully lever from both sides at the same time, there is a crunching whir noise. It feels like there maybe is actually some gearage deep in the wall behind this door. But surely enough, there's a crunch, a very satisfying rolling noise, and debris falls away from behind, just dribs and drabs of rock and stone that's been dislodged. The door shifts open, and as it does so, you are able to peer inside the tomb. And we will shift over to that map now. This is a map that is made by, who is it? Shit, I don't know. Fuck. I'll look it up later. But I am a patron of theirs.
Neutral party?
No, you'll see shortly. Patron of theirs, having paid for the map itself, and I'm still a patron. I'll find the name of it shortly. Okay, please. How much of this map can you see?
Just the bottom right.
Just the bottom right, and the vision's working properly?
Yeah.
Yeah. Can you roll yourselves around just within a couple of squares to make sure you can move yourselves and the movement, the vision's working all right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Haiku's able to move their no token.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God!
Got,
Look
like-
at it.
Do you wanna show off the art for the new token, Jenny?
Yeah.
If I can get it
Easy
up
thing to do.
on
Without the
camera, to
difficulty
be
to do.
fair.
Oh,
yeah.
Because Jenny sent the. I don't know how good it's gonna look on camera.
Oh,
Oh,
so
that's
good.
so
Oh,
fucking
good.
cool.
And there's the business card too. Jenny, loving this end. Oh, it's flipped.
Oh, it's so cute.
Oh no, it's the right way for us.
It's the right way.
Is it?
Yeah,
Oh, it's
yeah.
not for me.
Yeah, annoyingly. Yeah, I hate
I
that.
like the goggles so much. I like the goggles so much. Beautiful stuff. Beautiful stuff. Okay. So, in front of you, I mean, if you go down here, that is. No, not getting Haiku down there. You guys have been jimmying open these doors down at the far end here. The dynamic lighting layer. I can get rid of this for you. Poop, 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 poop. Poop, poop, poop. Why are you being funky? It's being funky. Okay. So you should be able to see a little bit more in now. Can you just see the hallway directly in front of you?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So you are now under the burial mound. If you go in this threshold, you can see that the floor is, for the most part, cobbled stone, or tiled stone, rather. And you can see that the walls are all stone all around you. It is extremely dusty. Kind of almost unnaturally so. You'd expect this to be dusty, but it is kind of next level. You can see that there are some small cobwebs here and there, but nothing unnatural. You can see that it is extremely dark in here. Very, very dark.
Darkest.
Again, not unnaturally so, but it is not at a good angle for the sun, and it is just not lit at all.
I can't see anything.
Is there like rocks around on the floor? Did you say so?
There's dribs and drabs and pebbles here and there, but it's mostly stuff that appears to have been of this, according to the estimations of when this Ancien is supposed to have lived, has been around for over 1,000 years.
Wait. I want to activate my drift globe, and I've forgotten the magic word, but Randall hasn't.
Smile.
You didn't write the magic note, the magic word down at all.
No.
You're telling me
I
that
remember-
we gave you a magic word,
I remember it was really stupid.
and you
Yeah, I remember it was
actively
stupid
chose
too.
Not, yeah. Was it a magic word from chat?
It might have been.
I feel like it was probably a magic word from chat.
And I didn't even remember that you had a drift globe on this character. I thought you were thinking of Dane for a second, and I was like, haha, wrong campaign. Oh, no, you do have a drift globe. Just kidding.
We had a drift globe. There was even some lore for it, a story that came with it that you got from your amulet, your ability to attune to magical items and get their story from them.
Mm-hmm.
Very cool mechanic.
Mm.
How did you not write that down?
Right?
I
Honestly.
Surely you have it down
probably
somewhere.
wrote
Never
that bit
taken
down.
notes.
You might just have a random word somewhere and that'll be it, but you didn't attach it to anything.
I'll just search my notes for a random word.
Oh my god, we're gonna have to go back all the way to the VOD of that episode and try and determine.
Oh
But I
god.
don't think it was even in that episode. I think it was in like the following episode at the beginning.
Oh, well, that's
Was
two
it
good
pineapple? I don't think so.
leads. That's your homework for next session, Dos. You gotta go watch all of the.
Surely you
Okay,
have where you found
alright.
it, at least.
That's what I was looking for.
It was in the mushroom place.
Mm-hmm.
Mushroom place. Mushroom.
I'm surprised I
place.
don't have the story written down. Is what I was looking for.
Mushroom place. Oh, in
Mushroom
with
place.
the man with the head that
The
turned
spore
around
place.
is around.
Yep.
Mm.
Spore mushroom man.
Or mushroom man.
Randall rolled a 1 for note taking that time. Just make a new one. Yeah, we can just make a new one. What should the new word be? Tom will have a Ben Kenobi moment in a few years when he finds a piece of paper written down. I haven't heard that name in years. In my notes, and it'll be like, oh, there was some really horrible, like, niche term that Docs had to say. Okay. Well, we don't. To be honest, we don't need to have a magic word for you to use your items. It would be cool if all of our magic items had like words that you had to say, but that feels like a lot of upkeep and expectations for you guys. Let's just play the game. Okay, so you have your drift globe. I like to imagine that it's like a smart light or something. You just like tap it and it turns on. And tap it and then it
Clap on, clap off.
Magic words of Donna's belt and leprechaun. The other one, the gutters one, with the other word, cat
No.
gutters.
Cat gutters.
Cat gutters.
Could I pick up a few stones on the floor and apply magical tinkering to them?
Sure. Would you like the magical tinkering to do?
To shed a bright light in a 5-foot radius and dim light in a 5-foot radius outside of that.
Ah, okay, sure.
I can do 3 of them.
Sure. In which case, let's make a little draw shape for those guys. That's not the shape that I wanted. I wanted a circle, obviously, but that's fine. Get out of here, you. You, come with me. Oh no, I can't. How do I tokenify this?
Come with me if you want to leave.
Darn it. What can I do for this? Let me have a think.
Wait, what are we doing?
I'm trying to get a... Here we go. Probably. Is this going to work? It appears to have not worked. You're being funky today. I'm trying to drag and drop an image onto the... Roll20's been a bit funny for me today, to be honest. I made a character sheet for the torch, the turret, and I've been trying to like drag it around so that I could properly place it like where I wanted it to go. Within like the, because you can have like categories for the things, and that just wouldn't move. And now I can't drag and drop this thing. This is a very like kind of standard thing that it should be able to do. Very odd. So instead, what can I do? What do I have?
Would you like me to undo that action, Tom?
No. You can have a bush.
Hang on.
Like, can you have a bush? Why can't? Oh, you know why? I'm stupid as well.
Wrong layer.
Yeah.
Did you forget to put it under your control?
No, I put it on the dynamic lighting layer. How about that? Does that work? No, it's still not working.
Shit.
Can we go back to the bench? Not the bench. The bush.
You could just put a.
The bush works. Vision. How much? What was the vision for it? Sorry.
30 feet?
5 foot bright and then another 5 foot dim.
Or JK.
There you go. You've got a bush now. Is that giving you light?
I can't move it.
No, you cannot move it. That's one thing at a time. Yeah. Should be able to move it now.
Oh.
Yeah, gee, that is a lot of light. Bloody hell.
Yeah. So, no, what? Why is it giving you that much light? It should be 5 and 5. Is it giving you tons and tons of light?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can see all the way over here.
Oh. Oh, if it's giving you... Oh, yeah. You mean you should be able to see down the hallway. That's fine, though.
Okay.
That's okay.
I did.
If it's letting you see through walls, let me know.
Oh, no, I can't see through walls. No.
I can see
I
I
can
can
turn
see
it down a little
these.
bit. That's fine.
I did make 3 of them.
Oh, fuck me.
Well, I was gonna hand them out to people who didn't have a globe, or like hiding globe or whatever.
There you go. You've got 3. You should all be able to move them.
Yay! We'll get our own bush.
Okay. Now, please, when you're moving things in this area, please make sure to use your arrow keys rather than dragging and dropping. Simply because actually, it should be fine. Actually, you should be able to drag and drop. But if you move like one square at a time, or like move in small movements, then I can be certain that you're not like accidentally going through walls and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I think we're on track. You remember that moment when Evan jinxed me?
Yeah, when he called you a pro.
Yeah. Dynamic lighting and tokens working first go. That's freaking pro. Imagine. Thanks, Evan. Love you.
And I think I was like reading chat and I got distracted, and I don't understand why each of us have a bush now.
So there are 3 bushes that
Yeah.
you can each control individually, because I put it onto all players and then instead of separate players, because Haiku made 3. Picked up 3 pebbles and imbued
Yeah. Glowing pebbles.
magical tinkering.
How long is the light on those extend?
5
feet?
5 foot bright, 5 foot dim.
Okay, I have dark vision, so y'all can have the pebbles.
I'm keeping my pebble for security reasons.
Security pebble.
Yeah.
You can see that Albert kind of looks expectantly.
No.
Shit.
Well,
Not have enough intelligence to make another one.
if Nerly doesn't want her pebble, give it to Albert. You might think that's a token.
There you go.
Oh, that's.
Oh,
I don't
no.
need it. I can see just fine.
Oh, you can see even in this.
Mhm.
That's amazing. Oh my goodness! Wow. Think of all the things you can see. I can't. I need that because I can't see
That's okay.
without the thing.
Yeah.
It's very dark down here for me. I can't see it without the thing. Thank you
Okay,
for
okay,
that.
let's
Thank you
go.
for giving it to me.
Let's go,
Yeah,
shall
you
we?
could take- Yeah, 'cause they made it. I don't know how to do
Okay.
that.
So, you have in front of you some exploring to do. Please describe to me individually what you'd like to explore.
I'd like to explore
Well,
where
as a
my
group.
hit points are 19 out of 50, and if I should actually be full health.
You should be full health.
You don't take any damage since you were in town.
That's what I thought.
It's just
I thought-
it's tied to your character sheet, so not tied to your token, isn't it?
It's probably that I just didn't reset it after the
Sure.
whatever we previously did.
I seem
His-
to
his
remember us
bushes.
having some kind of complication, but maybe I'm blending a whole bunch of memories together. I don't know.
Yeah, not since you slept last. You're
Okay. Make sure all my stuff's full. Oh, yeah.
Doing
Okay.
this
Should all be fine.
Were we just picking away? We were just picking which way we want to go?
Left? Let's go
Yeah.
left.
Okay.
Okay. Haiku,
Boop, boop, boop.
join the party.
Yeah.
Got so many things to maneuver now.
Everybody move your
Okay.
bushes.
As you
Come on,
travel
bushes,
to
let's go.
this corner, you can see to the south down here. If I move to the correct fucking layer, you can see that there are
There's a bush through the
Two-
wall.
no bushes through the walls. Keep your bushes with you at all times.
I use the
Oh, I
arrow
can just-
keys.
I think there's a
I could just permanently
hole
see
in
through
the
now.
wall.
Where can you see?
This bit here.
Yeah.
And it goes into here in like a V. Huh? Well,
Why can you see that?
The bush slightly clipped the wall.
Oh, so now you can permanently see it because I had.
I can see there. And can you see those lines I drew? No, probably
Oh,
not.
right. Yeah, it's in like fog of war now rather than unrevealed.
Okay, this is what happens. I put explorer mode on so that you wouldn't have to remember where you were previously.
Okay.
Lost your explorer mode privileges now.
Damn it.
That's fair.
Your stupid ass bush movement.
Put my hands up for that one. Let us all down.
It's alright, it's okay. Happens to the best of us. Okay, are you still able to see confidently?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So as you can see, as the corridor kind of curves around in some kind of circular shape that seems to be centered on some kind of central room, perhaps. Who knows? To the south, you can see that there is a statue of a very regal-looking gentleman who's wearing a long, kind of button-down jacket. It's almost like a very regal kind of version of a blazer that kind of goes down a little bit to like 3/4 of his legs. You can see that he has some very fine jewelry kind of on his fingers and around his neck. You can see he has a kind of longish blonde hair that's swept to the side, and you can see that he has kind of a very stern gaze. He has a nose piercing and an ear piercing as well on the side that the hair is swept away from. You can see that down the corridor there is another door and a couple of other doors, but directly kind of either side of the statue are a couple of more doors. It seems that you've got a lot of options here. The statue to the south appears to be holding a button. There is a stone, kind of small stone plinth in his hand that is kind of being held just kind of relaxed shoulders just out. And kind of it doesn't look as if like he's like, here, take this. It just kind of looks like he's holding it in his hands. It doesn't look like he's not holding it out for you to take. He's holding it close to him, to his body, and it looks as if there is a stone that is not separate, but in this button that looks like it would probably move if you touched it. There's some scribbling, some scrawling that has been engraved into the statue itself.
What does it say?
It is in a language that you cannot read.
I don't know what it says. Can someone else read it?
Can I read it?
No.
Can I read it?
No.
Oh.
Wow.
As the resident tinkerer, I feel like it's my duty to press that button.
Okay.
But what if something bad happens
Well,
when you press the button?
Try to read the thing first.
Oh, so you didn't ask that to the group. You just did that. Oh, okay, good. Okay, I'm glad. This is fine. We're probably not going to die now.
Tell me if I'm wrong. Did you press the button? You pressed the button.
No. I haven't pressed it yet, but it wasn't a question. It was a statement.
Oh, I see.
Okay.
Okay.
But what if something bad happens? He was paranoid, right? If this is the right place.
Yeah, but no, if you never pressed any button in case that would happen, then all buttons would remain unpressed.
We at least do it from like around the corner so nobody gets...
All buttons would remain unpressed.
What a sad world that would be.
What a sad word that would be. This button was made to be pressed. You're fulfilling its duty.
You shouldn't press it.
Man, y'all are really putting me in a that's what she said position so many times, and I just like, there's only so many times you can do that before I have to say it. I'm gonna hand Haiku my quarterstaff and like stand around the side over. Oh, I'm drawing on accident. I'm sorry. Just delete that. I'm gonna go over here.
Wait, why am I at the front? Haiku's pressed the button.
Everyone's slowly shuffling away.
You wanted to press the button, so.
How long's the quarter?
I'm hiding under a bush.
Yeah, me too.
Lol. The quarterstaffs are just a 5 foot, so I guess you don't have to be like in.
So I could be there.
That's up to Tom, I suppose.
Yeah.
Sure. Just about.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're on your tippy
you,
toes,
like, reach
like leaning all the way across.
Oh,
Haiku's really tall, so it would make sense that they have long enough arms to kind of.
Yeah.
Sure. Okay. Although I imagine turtle physiology might be slightly different to
He's got
other
a lot of
humanoids.
counterbalance on his back. On
That's
their
something.
back.
That's
Like
something.
a crane.
So you can
Like a
lean over
crane.
really far.
Okay. So you're using a quarterstaff to try and tap the button.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Right. Okay. So you press the button. I just like to point out that after Haiku has pressed this button, I'm going to give this to you because you didn't pursue it, and it's funny. Having brought the quarterstaff down onto the button, you see it kind of get a little bit dislodged, and it kind of moves into the hand, and then it kind of ejects itself. Not ejects itself in the sense that it's now no longer attached, but it returns back to default position. And you hear 2 rumbling cracks as something somewhere moves. You suspect that 2 different somethings have moved. In addition to this, you now realize, having leant over and, using what vision you have to properly evaluate after you've pressed the button, the scrawling is in Draconic. You're the only person that can read Draconic. And it says, "God fucking damn it."
Interesting.
Okay, so I'll do like a full 180 pivot on the point, and just goes. The statue says, "God fucking damn it."
Doesn't seem like a good thing then that you press the button.
No.
Which god?
I don't think it specified which
Oh.
god. Did it, Tom?
No, it just said, "God fucking damn it."
Okay.
Okay, well.
As you step away from the switch, you notice that the lighting in the hallway has changed. You also notice that the doors either side of the button appear to have there was a soft click noise that perhaps they are now unlocked whilst they were previously locked. You also hear a hoot, 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 hoot noise that is coming from this wall. I don't know if that showed up properly. From this wall here, directly to the north of where Haiku is. As you observe it, you can see that there is a small hole, just wide enough for what appears to be some kind of bolt or projectile. But the wall tile next to it, just adjacent to it by 1, maybe 10 centimeters away, is cracked. And it has kind of crumbled and fallen off. And you can see that it kind of extends into the wall somewhat. There's a hollow area there.
That doesn't sound good.
That looks like a trap. Sounds like a trap.
Did it already go off, or is it broken? I told you he was paranoid.
Is it still making the noise all this time, Tom? Okay, well that's unsettling.
Very unsettling.
Are you gonna move out of the way in case it suddenly finds a bolt in there?
Is it too big to shove a dagger into to block the hole?
Or
too small, I mean?
You could probably shove something in there, yeah.
To take one of these 2 useless daggers I've literally never used, and I'm just gonna be like,
Okay, so you're doing that into the little dart hole, or are you doing
Yeah.
that into the hole next to it?
Oh, into the little dart hole. The thing that looks
Okay.
like was supposed to be the projectile hole.
Sure, yeah, you can easily enough just kind of especially if it's a thinner dagger, like a dirk, maybe you can kind of
Yeah, I figure hers would be because.
Sure. I mean, especially if it's a dirk, then you could quite easily just kind of plug the hole. Essentially, you can hear that the sound is kind of somewhat muffled, but most of the noise appears to be coming from the larger hole.
Okay, well, I'm going to move out of line of sight of that.
Sure.
That hole.
It's a fair enough. It's an easy enough like sidestep once you can see precisely where it is.
Should we look in one of the doors?
Yeah.
Yeah, but we should probably be very careful for traps, given that that was a trap.
Mm-hmm.
Even if it was a button.
Yes. Okay.
I wonder how they afforded this place if they were living like a farmhand. It seems like it would take a lot of money to build something like this, right?
Well, time as well. Something so complex.
At the very far, who's at the very far back of the party? Nurli is at the very far back of the party. Very convenient. Albert next to you just goes, "Was that trying to kill him?"
I think so, maybe, but it seems to be broken.
Hi, fully phased.
Oh, hey,
and
Big
Pebbles
Face.
Uwu.
So much for the raid. My sound alert
Yes.
didn't go off. Hi, thank you so much for the raid. Thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. Hope you had a good
Classically,
stream.
we were always a lot more like tomfoolery-ish, a lot more shenanigans, a lot less gameplay.
It depends on the day. Sometimes we're more.
It does depend on the day.
It also has been like a month since we've played, so
That's true. Gotta get some D&D in.
Okay. Gotta power through all this prepared content.
Get to the bit where I've got nothing. But Albert says, "Was that trying to kill him? Is this dangerous?" And you turn to him to just. I haven't got a token for him, but he's stood behind you, and you notice as you look at him that the door that you entered by is now closed.
Oh no. The door closed behind us.
Okay, well that's totally fine.
That's normal.
Nothing to worry about. It'll be okay.
I'm sure we could just press this button again when we need to leave.
Yeah, that's definitely it.
I feel like that's never worked for us anywhere else we've gone. But that maybe.
I'll remove these for you as well. The lighting that was covering the doorways either side of the statue.
Right.
I want to very carefully. I don't want to go through the door. I want to stay close to the wall so that like I'm not in line of the dart thing.
Sure.
And then just like peek in.
Well, as you you know what? No, I'm not gonna just give stuff. You know, you gotta explore if you want to explore. I'm not gonna just Tom. Stop giving away secrets. But regardless, so you step into this new, you're up against the wall.
Yep.
Love them. Wow, secrets are great. You shimmy on your way down, and these are the two doors that were previously locked. You assume, but you heard a click noise as the button was pressed, and there does seem to be some give to them now. You suspect you could probably push them open, and I mean you can already see in there because I removed the lighting. But let's just assume that you have gently pushed them over with no problem. No initial trap has gone off after you've
just
touched the doors.
Tap, and then push.
Okay. Well, you tap and nothing happens, and you push and nothing happens. But the doors do open, and you can see directly in front of you and behind you, if you're facing to the east, is that there are some sarcophagi.
Yeah, my favorite.
There are some sarcophagi.
My favorite guys.
One to the west, and it's my favorite guys, and two in the east. The eastern room, many of these are quite bare, but you can see that scrawled on the walls, laid on the wall, is a long kind of wooden pole that appears to have been treated with something in order for it to last as long as you suspect it has been last in. But whatever parchment was on it did not, and it is
right.
faded away.
It's
to
like a
nothing.
scroll header thing.
Yeah. However, on the far side of the room, you can see that there is a shelf, and on that shelf there are a couple of what you suspect might be silver cups, chalices.
Mm-hmm.
But again, to the south wall, you can see that there are 2 sarcophagi here.
Okay. Does it look like? Can I see through the doorway? Is there like a plaque on either of the sarcophagi?
It does not appear that there are any plaques from the distance that you're at.
Okay. Is that the same for? Do both rooms look like that?
The other room appears to have some plates in it. There is one sarcophagus, and there is a shelf that has quite fancy like silver plates that are placed on a shelf on the wall now.
Okay. I don't think there's anything in here. But I also don't want to like walk in and test it.
Yeah.
It just seems like sarcophaguses.
Yeah. I think you wouldn't put whoever we're looking for in that one, right?
I don't think so.
Oro hasn't really been paying attention to the story that he's been saying, so it's like, surely if we're in this place, we wouldn't have found it immediately.
The gist that Oro has at least got is that there is someone that belongs to the royal family somewhere, possibly in here.
Yeah.
And it would make sense for Oro to deduce that it's unlikely that they would be tucked away in one of these, like, these are very bland, plain sarcophagi. Like, they do not have any redeeming features about them. They just look like generic stone sarcophagus.
Okay.
Aye.
So are we just going to find the one that we think it is and then you're going to return, or do we need to like open it and bring their...
Well, the reason for us to be here is to kind of poke around and see what we can find about the story. You know, the story is just, I'm so passionate about the story. I just love it. I just find stories so interesting, and I just love them so much. And I think it's really interesting. And you seem to be really interested in stories too. That's something we've got in common. And I think that we could keep looking around at some of these sarcophagi. Can I go in there? Do you think it's all right if it would be safe?
I would just be careful.
Very, very careful.
I want
to
before that, then I want to look in and I want to look for any obvious traps before
obvious traps
or any non-obvious traps that I can see.
Would you like to give me a perception?
Checking for traps.
Yes. Oh, is that perception, I assume?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I can't find things.
Okay, you notice that there does seem to be a mechanism that is attached to at least one of the sarcophagi. You do not know what that mechanism does, but you can see that there is definitely something that would probably trigger at some point due to some reason, something somewhere.
There's a I don't know, like gears and stuff on one of those sarcophagi in there. Like, can you tell what it does? It looks like it might be dangerous.
Who ended up with thieves' tools proficiency? It was Oro, wasn't it?
Yeah, I've also got to find traps, but I was gonna say I don't know if I use it now because it's got a decent range on it. It's got 120 feet on it, but doesn't it like last a certain isn't it only what I can see in the moment or something like that?
I'm pretty certain you need to have line of sight.
Yeah.
Can you if you put it in chat, will it give us the description? Instantaneous, any trap within range that is within line of sight.
Yeah, so I don't really want to use it yet.
Probably not worth it.
No.
Not right now.
But I can look too if you want.
What? Can you make it not happen?
Probably. I mean, maybe. I guess.
I've got thieves' tools proficiency 2. We could both have a look at it.
Oh.
It's quite mechanical looking.
Mm-hmm.
The both of you would be adept at knocking something like this out. And the fact that both of you have proficiency in it and both of you have thieves' tools means that you can get advantage from one helping the other.
And I can guidance whoever's doing it.
I stand here.
Whereas you wouldn't have been able to aid each other if you did not share the same proficiency.
Okay, well, we can try and do that then.
Good work, team. I believe in you.
I'm guidance whoever's doing the thing.
Which room was it? In this room on the right?
So the room on the right is the one that Randall has noticed that there is a mechanism on at least one of the sarcophagi. It is the one most central to the room.
This one?
Yep.
Okay. We'll bring the bush over here for emergencies. Okay, what do I need to...
So you should be able to click your
thieves' tools?
Thieves' tool. Yeah.
Oh, fuck. Strength? Is it a strength attribute or is it...
Dexterity.
Dexterity, okay. 24.
Beautiful. And technically that's a little advantage because Haiku's helping you. So you can roll it again.
I'm sort of like behind Oro here, almost like covering her in case anything goes wrong.
So if you want to properly help, you're going to have to be a bit more involved than just kind of standing watch. The help in this particular instance, because it is a mechanical trap and you are both kind of aware of it, you both have thieves' tools, you're standing close by, you're also checking out the sarcophagus to see if there's anything in particular that's attached to the mechanism without triggering anything. You're looking for different things that might or might not be connected, any kind of undesirable result that might come from something being triggered. So whilst you can try and stand over to make sure that you're a protective block of some kind, you're not going to be able to stay like 5 feet away or whatever. Like you're going to have to be quite close and still interacting with the object.
Yeah.
Okay. So you managed to find that there does seem to be some kind of springing mechanism that you suspect would flip the lid open.
Right.
It appears that this mechanism is attached to something in a different area. It runs into the wall and then it's hard to follow. It does not appear to be related to this particular room, and it doesn't look like there's anything particularly dangerous about the top of a sarcophagus popping open. Initially, it doesn't look like there's any, there are no more darts in the wall prepared to shoot you in the back. Only faults are with a bridge and bench.
Guys, it looks like the trap would just open this this guy over here. It just looks like it would open it. It like goes into the wall and then I don't know, but I don't know where it would spring from, but why would it just open it?
Maybe it's not a trap.
Okay.
Maybe it's a secret entrance.
You also notice during your, because you rolled very well, and because you're being aided by Haiku at the same time, you notice that the other sarcophagus also has one of these. Whilst originally it was only spotted that one of them did, with Randall's eyes, your investigation has led to you to witness and identify the other sarcophaguses as well.
Okay. No, they both do it. Did we check the other room opposite to this?
Nope.
No?
No, I didn't.
Maybe we should check.
That it has plates in it.
Oh yeah, it does have plates on it. I want to look at, carefully go in here and look at this guy. And whether he's got the same one. Carefully.
So in that sarcophagus, you can see that it also has a similar mechanism, which I'm giving you to because you rolled so well on that particular.
Yeah, they all have the same thing on them. Like they're all going to spring open if something happens, which is concerning.
But you can see very clearly something that's absolutely something that is very certain to both Oro and Haiku is that this is mechanical in nature. There are cogs, there are gears, there are things that are attached to each other and are working in a mechanical manner. This isn't something that is magical in nature.
No, but that doesn't mean there isn't something magical inside.
True.
Being held back.
Yeah. Well, okay.
Do you think that they're like guardians or something because they were paranoid? But if they're scared of being killed, then I don't know why. They would care if they were already dead.
Maybe just protecting something. But it's all mechanical. It's not like obviously mechanical. Is the one in this room also leading to the same like way?
Yes.
As the other ones? Okay.
It embeds itself in the wall, and then once it's in the wall, it's impossible for you to kind of determine where it goes.
Okay.
Whatever. It's not like it's easy for us to kind of in our heads be like, oh, it's a wire. It's following the wire, but it's a mechanism. So it's like wires in a less literal sense. It's not carrying electricity, although it might be attached to another gear or cog somewhere else that would be moving it around. You can see that it goes into the wall, and then after that, that's all you've got.
Yeah. Okay.
No idea where it goes.
Hey, Tortu. You're well. Oh, thanks, Tortu, for D6. I appreciate it.
Where's my D6?
Don't give it to him.
Last time I gave a D6 to a DM, I got shouted at, so that's never going to happen again.
As it should
you
be.
can't give me a D6 because you're playing in my game.
Should we, like... would I know if I could deactivate this particular mechanism?
Yes.
Okay. So I ask everyone, should I deactivate these? Should we deactivate them or leave them?
Well, we don't need to go in them, so
Maybe
Deactivate it.
Deactivate them in case something else down the line is going to cause them to do something bad, and that way if it happens then there's fewer of them to worry about. We just don't have to open it.
Yeah.
The inquisical part of my mind is wanting to keep them trapped.
Well, wait, wants to leave them like this? Or not? Yeah, but you press the fucking button.
Can we leave one then? And then at least it's...
But what if they're going to pop open and like shoot arrows or gas or something?
But then at least there's only one shooting gas.
At
arrows.
least we'll only kind of die.
Up to you. I'll just try to make sure you don't die.
Well, so there's okay. If there's 3 trapped here, then could we deactivate 2 of them and just leave 1 activated, just to scratch that itch in my head?
Yes, we could do that.
What if you just deactivate them both and then just look in one of them?
Yeah, we could do that as well.
I don't want to be in the room when you're looking.
Oh, no. If you want to sate your curiosity, you can
do that on your own.
Okay, so if we deactivate these 2 in the room I'm in,
yeah,
and then everyone else can leave the room, and I'll open one.
Yeah, sure, if you want. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I can grab a few.
If explosions float your boat, go for it.
Yeah, go on then. I'll help deactivate the 2 of them.
Do you want to deactivate the one in the other room as well, in case they're like linked somehow?
Yeah, I'm going to deactivate the other one in the other room as well. Yeah, just get that done.
Okay, so for each of these traps, I'm gonna have to have a thieves' tool roll. Again, you have advantage because you're getting help from Haiku, but you are aware that traps that you disarm, if you roll poorly, you have a chance of setting them off.
Okay. Takes a deep breath.
You've got advantage. You'll be fine.
Okay, I'm fine.
Okay, so the first one that you deactivate runs without a hitch. There are particular appear to be like copper wires or pieces of stone that are running between each other that are attached to other cogs, etc. That you have managed to just like chisel away just slightly with one of the like small chisels that comes with the kit, or a wire that you've been able to cut. That's just kind of stopped whatever mechanism that was likely to trigger. Unfortunately enough, you did not set anything off. With the first sarcophagus, you are confident that this will not at any point be triggered by anything that you set off.
Okay.
Whatever it was supposed to do, apart from just open.
Okay. Next one then.
Okay, here we go.
Ooh.
Oh,
Okay.
okay. Damn, what are these rolls? What is
Plus
this?
6
Look at
rolls.
this, gosh.
Goblin.
I'm a goblin.
Just goblin things.
Goblin things.
Just popping fucking 20s constantly.
Just goblin things. I love that.
Oh, thank you, Tortu, for continuing your gift sub. Thank you, it was very sweet of you. I was about to get very mad at Time giving the D6 to Tom.
Love you, Time. So many gobbos in chat. So nice to see so many gobbos in chat. Okay. So with the second roll, for the love of God, you also manage to you find the same particular piece of stone that needs to be chiseled away. I mean, for the most part, it's all very old anyway. So it's things that have already been manufactured in some way, and you find yourself able to just solve this problem quite easily. So that's 2 sarcophagi that will not be opening.
Okay, I tell Haiku, wait, I'm gonna go do the other one first. Okay, don't open any yet.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not touching anything.
21.
Oh my god. These rolls are ridiculous. Sure enough, you managed to replicate what you've managed on the other 2 sarcophagi. This is not going to open without somebody opening it.
Okay. Alright, I've done it. I'm going to shut the door. And you give us a full commentary of what's happening, okay?
Okay.
Alright.
Did you say you're shutting the door?
I was going to. If you want me to leave it open, I can leave it
I'll
open.
leave it like a crack so I can see in, so that I can just like pop in a nice little cure wounds in case
Okay, yeah.
it's needed for some reason.
Okay.
What would it could possibly be needed for?
But also imagine I said that in the Neurally voice, because I was more just like, wait, hold on, before you do anything.
Thanks, fool.
What the fuck,
Man.
Fiora?
So many D6s. Wow. Okay.
Good job that nothing bad is about to happen.
So, Haiku, what are you doing?
I'm saying all this out loud so the rest of the party can hear. So I'm backing up to the wall.
Yeah.
So I'm going to aim to open the one on the right-hand side, which will be my left, I suppose, technically. The map is the right side one.
Right.
I would like to use my telekinetic feat to do it from a distance.
Oh.
No, I know I want to open it, but I'm not going to do it stupidly.
Still on
I
my level.
appreciate that.
That's a good egg.
Oh, kind of thank you for the biddies. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Even Tom deserves some love occasionally. Even Tom. Thanks, buddy.
I'm going to get killed by all these D6s now.
Okay. How much weight can your telekinetic feet lift?
I don't recall it saying, to be honest. I'll have another look though.
Riftblade, thank you for the follow.
I mean, it allows you to shove a creature. I know that much. But it doesn't give an actual weight.
It doesn't have a weight.
No, it just says I can shove a creature.
Is that the only thing you can do with the feet? What's the rest of it?
So I can cast Mage Hand as well. So.
Oh, okay. So Mage Hand itself has its own weight limitations.
Yeah.
So Mage Hand is what you would do to lift it.
Yeah. 10 pounds. It's probably weighs more than 10 pounds.
It does weigh more than 10 pounds. Yes.
Okay.
So I mean, for a moment, perhaps you give it a shot.
Yeah.
See if you can
A
use
failed
your
attempt.
Yeah. Well, you're your artificer. You've recently jury rigged a little way to start lifting things you've discovered, and have flexed your ability to lift forks that have got bacon on, which is something. But you've not attempted anything this heavy before, so it makes sense that you would give it your best shot. Test yourself. You've been lifting things, but you've not really tried anything especially heavy, and you're like, oh, let's see, this would be a really good time for this to work. And unfortunately, you see that there's a little bit of dust falls off or something, but apart from that, nothing moves.
Okay. I can't lift it telepathically. Yeah. I'm gonna open it with my actual hands.
Okay. I believe in you.
Yeah.
Use the quarterstaff to push it open. If you can, so you're not right next to it.
Oh, that's a good idea. It's a good idea. Like a crowbar.
Yeah,
what?
whatever that is.
Jack was saying that.
Are you the free man?
I'm gonna try and like crowbar the
Okay.
Like a
Like a
Kenku bar.
Kenku bar, that's good. Okay. So you managed to use your quarterstaff to just about push, for the most part, the lid of this open. Whereas most sarcophagi, you would expect it just to be like something you would slide off the front or the back or the side or whatever. This, you notice, is obviously because it has a mechanism that is used to open it, pops up like a hood of a car or something. It kind of opens up like a chest, and as you get some movement on it. The reason I was playing Immortals Phoenix Rising, and one of the best things about that game is that there are plenty of chests to open, but they also have really good animations for the chests. Every single time you open it, there's a small selection of animations, but it's not every single one that's unique. One of my favorite ones is like you got all the proper big ones where it's just like you kick it and then it opens, and then like you just throw it open easily, and it's like, wow, amazing. One of my favorite ones is like it goes to do this cool animation where like bam opens it and it flips up, but it goes bam and nothing happens. You go, fuck it, all right,
I like that. That's good.
Anyway, so you lift it up and you can see it's got some give now to it. You can hear the cogs and stuff whirring as if it were to be working properly, but it's obviously the mechanism itself is loose now. And you start to lift it just a little bit so that you can see into it. Inside
demise
is the perfectly preserved body of the person that was the statue was designed after.
Oh, how convenient. There's a body in here. It's very well preserved. It looks like the statue guy.
Oh,
does it have any weapons in there with it?
I'll have a look for weapons.
Oh, do we really want to take stuff off with that huge thing that throws stones at people outside?
That's a very good time for you to have said that, because I was just about to say, you hear from the outside some slam of what appears to sounds very much like stone on stone.
That was before he reached in, but after he opened it?
Yes.
Is it like right outside the door, like something's beating the door down?
Ooh, no, it's more like someone has thrown something at the front door and very nearly debris is scattered about the place.
Okay. Maybe close it.
Yeah, don't fuck with it.
That sounds like a good idea. Very carefully sort of close it until I assume there's like almost like a click at the end.
Yeah, it kind of clicks shut.
Resetting.
And you kind of step back and put your hands up like, I'm not touching anything. And yet, miraculously, still you hear the collisions outside of what sounds like huge chunks of stone being thrown very close to your proximity. Shatters of rock that are cascaded across the ground against the wall and the door that is not too far away from you.
Gonna ruin all the graves outside.
I'd just like to point out that Tortu asked how long Haiku's neck was and then put a picture in chat, and I would like everyone to look at that picture. Jack, how accurate is that, please?
Yeah, Haiku's.
Yeah.
Dad, I'm uncomfortable with that image. old log is there.
Haiku is a turtle, not a turtle. Jeez.
That too.
It's got an O in it. Gosh.
Oh.
So no, the grave smashing continues even after I've closed it.
Yes, you suspect that you've crossed a line that might not be able to return from.
Well, if he breaks the door down, then at least we have a way out.
It's probably too big to fit in, right?
Yeah,
That's what she said. I'm so sorry.
It's a professional stream.
There's a will, there's a way. We need to leave. We need to go. We need to go fast.
Maybe we should hurry before this thing breaks the whole graveyard.
Yeah, we gotta go.
I could do with a bio break after that, Colin.
Yeah, I was going to say, maybe now's a good time for a bio break.
Yeah, it's 9 o'clock. It's a good bio break time.
Maybe there's a will, there's a way.
Okay.
Oh my god.
BRB.
Oh my goodness. Okay, if you guys are new to the stream, first off, hi. Second off, our bio breaks are as long as it takes for us to pee and do our business or whatever and return. We will not be gone for long. So, stretch, hydrate, do whatever, okay?
Yeah. Go get a snack.
Get a snack. Oh, we've returned to how much chat. I love how much chat. My favorite part when everyone just starts spamming the how much command and then people are like, I've got a really good idea for a how much thing to use, and then they can't because someone else has just used the how much command.
Hello.
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 Already got a snack because I'm here. Oh, Grace, nice.
I got a snack.
Oh, what'd you get?
It's a non-dairy cheesecake.
Ooh, is it tasty?
Mm-hmm. Commodore made it.
What kind of flavor are we talking?
Plain cheesecake.
Oh.
It's really like I think that there's something lemony in it, but it doesn't have like a pervasive lemon flavor. It just tastes kind of like the normal, like tangy, not natural, regular cheesecake.
Delicious.
Mm-hmm.
Grace got another 92% smexy. Was it 99% last time?
Ooh.
Oh, 100%? Was it 100?
It's rigged then.
It's rigged then.
Wait, how do you do this?
Exclamation mark how much, and then space something. It was 100%, was it? Oh my god. Hi, set 3. Or is that a set? I haven't had cheesecake in a long time. I'm a big cheesecake fan. That's so sad.
This is a really good one too. So I do exclamation mark, what? How much?
Yeah.
And then space.
Yeah.
And then write a word.
What?
In this case, they wrote schmexy. I'm doing that one. Smexy.
Isn't American cheesecake slightly different to how we make it here?
I wouldn't be surprised.
Like,
I would not be surprised.
Yeah,
that's what I expected. I don't know why I did
31.
This.
You tempted fate.
I really did. I knew what was going to happen, and I was like, I'm doing it anyway.
I mean, Grace is here with 100%. It's every time I don't use that command because I'm afraid that everything I get is going to be super low numbers.
Mm-hmm.
We've got regular Rose comes in, and she'll always put how much gay and be really disappointed that it's not 100% because it's always down in like the 20% mark. He's like, wrong again.
if you keep an eye on it, it's actually getting lower for some reason. It keeps getting lower.
Oh, we got a lot of smexy people in the chat today.
But Emperor got 92% smexy. Wow.
Grace said they got 100% last time. I thought it was 99.
Yeah. No, they got 100% last time.
Solidarity, Jack. Solidarity.
That's incredible. 7%. Oh no.
7%.
Oh yay.
So there is a very slight cooldown on it. So if someone gets in with the command just before you miss out. Unfortunately, Miles, you have to type it again. See how much smexy you are. I don't even register. That is the correct way of looking at these things. You gotta try and get in underneath someone else, and then just pretend that you don't register. That's great. I became less smexy when I let my beard grow out. I've just realized that my beard is a little bit lopsided, so it does need a trim.
Same, except my camera's at an angle, so you don't see the other side.
Hey, Fobs.
What snack did you get, Dot?
Ooh, fancy Kit Kat. Is it just a white chocolate one, or? We'll have to wait.
It's from Chickpea's Tokyo Treat Box.
Is it white chocolate?
Pudding flavor.
Pudding flavor.
Japanese Kit Kats are brilliant.
Set's only 6% broke. Fuck yeah, let's go.
The how much command is dangerous. Yeah, the how much command has given Fobs an existential crisis or two.
Oh, my token's on right.
Ouch.
Who's Fobs? I only see Elliot. Lol.
Okay. Right. Anyway, let's move on, shall we? Play some duh. So yes.
Shit.
It appears. How much accuracy does how much have? Amazing. It does appear that unfortunately you've rumbled and upset our graveyard angel, and they do not appear to be calming down. Although you do suspect that they cannot get in simply because they are too large.
Is the noise still happening that started? That weird noise?
Well, it sounds like projectiles are being launched from a distance.
Right.
But as the time goes on, they do appear to be getting they're kind of they're interspersed. It doesn't seem like it's a steady bombardment, as it were. But I mean, it depends on how long you're waiting to listen to the pattern.
Not that long.
Yeah, I would encourage us to move along.
Yeah. Carrying on through the left.
Sounds like a plan.
Okay. Slowly but surely. I peek over here. And then
Okay. And the lighting has worked correctly. You can see around there.
Mhm. Yeah.
Yeah. Have a little bit of a look-see. Okay. So in this particular room, you can see all the way into it. You can see that the walls are lined with what look like wooden frames. Frames that have again been treated in a way that they have lasted at least somewhat reasonably over quite a long time. However, the art itself has degraded into almost nothingness. The walls are laden with frames, by far above and beyond the one parchment that might have existed hundreds of years ago in the other room that you were in. The hallway outside does not have any parchment or any art so far, but in this particular room, it looks like it is full to the brim. You can see that there are sarcophagi either side of the door as you enter, to the left and to the right, and across the room there is one larger, more regal-looking sarcophagus. If you were to enter the room, I'm just describing this for the sake of it, you can see that there are two more statues either side of it as well that have their own buttons in hand. They also look identical to the other statue that you saw.
Oh. Wait, this looks the same as the other statue.
Maybe he was the guy who designed the place? He also was the first one.
Maybe they're all the same one.
What if all of these sarcophagi has the same person in it?
Mm-hmm.
Do we need
They're
to
like
open another?
decoys.
No, we
or
don't.
clones.
No, Haiku, no opening of more. No.
Well, we're already having rocks thrown at us or graves thrown at us, so can't get any worse.
It could definitely get worse.
I don't want to test it. That thing looked really big.
Scary.
Does the statue say anything?
You are not anywhere near the statue. The statues are. Let me get on the right layer.
No, I know. I wasn't asking you. I was asking them, as in like the person who can read it. Maybe you should go peek.
I think I might go have a look at those statues and see if they have anything I can read on them.
Don't press it this time.
Did you tell the other party members that you could read what was on the previous statue and what it said?
Yeah,
I read it out.
Okay, all right, okay. I couldn't remember. So.
I'll guidance Haiku as they walk away.
I'm gonna just conveniently not be right in the middle of things.
Where are Randall, Nugget, Nerily?
Oh, I'm standing right where I've got myself put to be far away, but still able to see.
Okay.
Oh, fuck.
And
I'll go a bit further. I'll go like here. There's like a blast shield I can stand behind.
Okay.
I like how everyone's now terrified to be anywhere near me.
Yep.
You just press the button with no regard for the consequences.
I'm purely going to try and read if there's anything on the statues.
Sure.
I'll be able to see.
Unless there's a button.
It does appear that there is some writing on the northernmost statue. This one here.
Okay.
Again, it is in Draconic.
What does it say?
It says "this one" in capitals.
Oh no.
Yeah, there's I assume there's no writing on the south one. Then.
Correct.
Okay. There's no writing on the left one. On the right one, there's well, it just says "this one" on it.
But surely that means not this one.
That's what I was thinking.
Either way, why would it be leading us to open one?
But then maybe maybe that's the double think.
Oh no, maybe we need a triple think.
Yeah.
And it is this one.
Mm-hmm.
Or starts getting a headache.
What if they're even one step ahead of that?
What if we need to press no button?
Oh no.
Or both buttons?
We could just keep going and see what else there is and not press anything.
Yeah?
Looking directly at Haiku.
We're all looking directly at Haiku.
Haiku is trying not to make eye contact at this point.
She's like vibrating with the need.
Just like looking anywhere else but our eyes.
Beaded sweat.
I mean, maybe we should just move on and we can always come back.
You can always come back and press it.
Yeah.
There are 2 statues in this room. I remember there's one up here and there's one down here. There's also another sarcophagus that is in the center that looks a lot more regal, a lot more ornate.
Is it trapped like the other 3 were? Because I'll be familiar with how it looks, surely.
You can roll a perception check with advantage now that you know what they look like.
Okay.
Yes, you are certain that all of these sarcophagi are trapped with a similar mechanism. You cannot be certain what it is they do. They definitely open.
Okay. Okay, yeah. These are all trapped again, even the slightly fancier looking one. In a similar manner to the last couple we disarmed.
Do we want to deactivate these ones as well? 2 weeks later, they're finally deactivated. All of them.
This
You're like a Minesweeper squad for traps. You just go around, just like safely disarming everything that you come across.
Well, considering, when I opened one of them, clearly the graveyard angel outside got angry. So I think it would be a safe assumption to assume if they all opened, it would get angrier. However, we do not yet know what activates it. So yeah, we could deactivate them all. But would it be a good use of our time?
Aura's already gone over to deactivate one of them.
Do we have anywhere else to be in a pressing way?
Not at the end of a grave being lobbed.
Nope.
Besides, the door is closed.
So we'll take the 19 without consideration of the advantage because you didn't say that they were actually helping you.
I didn't.
But you did roll well. Regardless, you do successfully disarm one of the traps.
Yeah, I feel like we should disarm them because, because Rock Guy, Graveyard Angel, was speaking in like rocks and shit, right? And you opened the one of them, which sounded like rocks opening and shit, and that probably angered him. Sea animals have like frequencies that they can hear through the waters and stuff. Maybe rock people can hear rock noises from far away, and that angers them.
How do you know so much about sea animals?
I read it in a book once. It was next to all the porn. I thought it was something accident. Else. Yeah.
You thought it was an erotica, but it was actually just a fact book.
Yeah. This is quite interesting.
When does this get sexy?
I'll tiptoe in guidance and then tiptoe back out before Aura does another one.
Okay. Do the one next to it.
Aiku's just sort of watching Aura do this sort of cogs whirring in their own head.
What are they trying to process? What's going on?
Do you need to be disarmed?
Press any of the buttons at least.
Is that a come on to a tinkerer though? Like sorry, I couldn't help it.
That tickled me.
Sorry, can you hear the rain from my end?
Nope.
No.
Okay.
Wouldn't be complaining if we
Loud.
could.
What did you say?
I said wouldn't complain if we could.
Yeah.
Nerdy, could you roll me a perception check, please?
Yeah.
I'd love to.
21.
Something about your periphery is making you feel a little bit uncomfortable.
Uh-oh.
As you
Take a look
turn,
around. Yeah, okay.
there's a wall there that wasn't there before.
Oh no.
What?
There's a wall closing. Is it still moving?
No, it's completely stationary. It's just a big old wall.
There's a wall here now. We can't go back.
I haven't pressed anything.
Everyone immediately looks at Haiku.
Yeah, can I do a trust roll? On Haiku?
Trust roll. I believe that's called insight.
I couldn't think what it was called, and I was like, just go with trust.
I was wondering if it was similar to a trust fall, you know, where you like you fall backwards to see if someone will catch you.
Okay, well that's definitely not good. I mean, at least it's not moving right now.
But it does move.
But it does move.
So maybe we need to press the button and go, or maybe we don't press the button and go.
Shit.
Surely we must press a button.
There is a button which literally says this one.
All right, then
For
press it
someone
then.
who is paranoid. Okay, fine.
Nugget, come out here.
Can't you
Close my
press
window.
it with your...
Sorry.
Can you make a dexterity saving throw, please, Oro?
Oh no, I tripped over the bush. 12. I'm gonna use my D6.
Okay.
Because you went, oh.
I should keep my mouth shut. Damn it.
Nice.
18.
Okay, well, very good job. Because as you take a step, just trying to explore what you're trying to do. You kind of getting away from the room with the haiku in it, or
yeah,
wall,
get out of the room with the haiku in it. Yeah.
Okay, so as you're kind of stepping away, just like you're keeping your eye on Nerily and the wall, you are kind of treading backwards, and as you do, you kind of for a fraction of a second, you feel your footing loosen. And this is before you're taking a step back and you haven't put your second foot on the ground yet. But your first foot, as you've leant backwards, you've felt like there's been a loss of footing. And as you notice this for a split instant, you are able to slam your hands against the wall, grab onto whatever pressure you can find onto the side, and you swing to hit the wall itself, holding onto with both hands onto one side, as the floor underneath you just drops out completely.
Oh,
now, one particular square that you've stood in, all the tilage has just absolutely evaporated into the ground, and it has you can hear a crumple noise as it pitter patters against whatever floor it has hit very far down. It echoes as it clatters its way down there, and you are currently dangling from a wall, both of your feet just like on the precipice.
Wait, is it
over to try to help?
Is it the one I'm on right now?
Yes.
Okay. Well, I assume Nugget can maybe scoop me up as well. Possible.
Just do this for you. Is that there now? Can you see that black hole of doom?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Let me just shove that out of the way and put that below you. There you go. Nugget immediately dives to your aid, and kind of, without even thinking, almost just slams themselves on the side where you previously were and just grabs you in his mouth and just pulls you over and just places you on the ground, and then just starts almost envelops you, almost gets directly on top of you and looks around and starts scowling at the tiles on the ground and just absolutely super protective mode, is on top of you right now, no, you're staying put until I can check that all of these tiles are okay.
Did that feel like did it feel like a trap triggered then, and that's what made it or was it a pressure? Like
it's hard to tell.
Okay, I'm not sure. Guys, the floor's falling into the abyss. Or at least one bit has.
Oh, good.
Could you roll me another dexterity save, please?
Me?
Yeah.
24.
Okay. You still have your pebble.
Ooh,
Phew.
nice.
I'd like to put my pebble in my pocket. This feels bad. I don't really know what to do about it.
Guess we'll have to push on the tiles and see if they fall before we walk on them. Can I'll walk onto the tile that I know Oral already walked on that didn't fall and kind of like peek over the edge.
Sure.
And do I see like the bottom of that, where that goes to?
What's your maximum range of vision?
I think dark vision goes for 60 feet. Let me look.
Yeah, I think so.
Dark vision.
Then
Oop.
no.
60 feet as if it were bright light and into darkness as if it were dim light.
You do not see the bottom, no.
Okay.
What if I threw this pebble down?
You could do that. Or it's not very bright. I have 10 torches that I never use. I have dark vision. And I have the light spell. So I'm going to pull out a torch. And I'm going to cast the light on it. And drop it in.
Turns out it was a tar trap.
Right, yeah. That's why I cast a light on it.
Oh, okay.
Well, it sails to the abyss, into the deep depths of the ground, as it does, kind of not quite whistling as it goes, but it does have a very satisfying effect of the particular place where you cast your light spell. As it kind of like spirals as it does, it kind of flips, and you can kind of see that the light is cast, spinning as it goes. As there's a loud clunk as it does hit the ground, and a rattle as it bounces off some spikes.
Okay, well, yeah, definitely don't fall down there.
Right. Let's press a button and let's go.
Jesus.
Do you want to press it, Randall?
No, you're the button expert.
Okay. Which one do we want to press? The one that says this one or the one that says nothing?
Well, you said before that it's either a trick or it's like a double trick, right? So don't we have the most probability of success if you press the one that says this one? If it's not a trick or if it's a double trick?
Oh no, maths boy's working it out.
Oh, it depends how many times you repeat that.
Oh no, just flip a coin. Just do it.
You could flip a coin.
Okay, flip a coin.
Roll a 1d2. One is heads, two is tails.
One is the one that says it. Okay.
That says it then.
I've still got the.
You can deny the coin. Sometimes you know when you flip the coin which one that actually is.
Yep.
Still got nearly these quarterstaff, so I'll poke the button which says this one.
Is everyone in the position that they're happy with right now?
I'm just gonna move back here against the wall.
Am I technically here because of Nugget?
Nugget brought you a little bit closer, actually. You were on the other, this side.
This side?
Like this. Yeah.
Okay. Well. Okay, well, I'm gonna duck down.
Okay. So you press the button, the one that says this one. Yeah.
Yep.
And you can see that it very satisfyingly clicks in. It was very, as an engineer, it's very satisfying the way that
Ooh.
these stones are like
clunky.
perfectly carved to fit this slot that it's just like clunks into, and then the whir of the cogs and the noise as it goes and as it comes back up. Oh, masterpiece
Got like
engineering.
a slight smile on my face as I do it. I mean, no one else will be able to see it, but
This is exactly the kind of this is the stuff that makes you want to press some more buttons. And you can hear that there are some more grinding crunch noises that are occurring. It sounds like one might be coming to your north and one coming from your east.
east.
Yep. Oh no,
Could
actually. Oh no. So sorry, I've explained the wrong button. No, I've explained part of the right button. You hear a grinding from the east and a grinding from just beside Oro as a tile is replaced over the floor that you'd previously stepped upon.
What, that had fallen? Oh, and it's comes back up.
Yep.
The tile's back.
Is it safe though? Is it a safe tile now?
Poke it and see if it falls again.
Wait, did you say click it?
I poke it and see if it falls again.
Oh.
Haiku has my quarterstaff, or I would do it.
I'll do it. Poke. Poke, poke.
Poke the tile?
Poke. Yep.
Surely enough. It crumbles into the ground.
Oh.
I was
As
just
it crumbles,
a reset
you can
button.
still see the light down at the very bottom of it.
Does that mean we pressed the wrong button?
I don't know.
What? Wait, why would it be the right button for us, but the wrong button for them? What do we mean?
Yeah, like that's the button they press on the way out, but the other button is the button they press on the way in so they can walk in safely.
Well, now do we just press the other one too?
Oro's just like, "Oh, at this point, just do whatever the fuck you want, guys. It's fine.
Let's just keep walking before this wall closes in on us.
Well, if we're gonna walk ahead, you need to press that button before we potentially get trapped off from going back to it.
I thought he. Wait, okay.
I saw Haiku move. So I'm assuming Haiku's doing it.
What's happening, folks?
I think Haiku's gonna press the other button now, right? Or are we just gonna go?
Only if the group wants it. I mean, I know, Haiku clearly likes stuff like this, but you know, if they're not the one in danger at the moment.
That they know of.
Are you not?
Yeah.
Well, I don't think so.
We'll be able to deal with whatever happens if you press that button, I'm sure.
Yep.
I'm pressing the button.
Very satisfying noise is the bit different from what I sounded like, but you know, similar to it. As the stone button kind of satisfyingly clicks into its mechanism and then clicks back out and resets. And there is another grinding noise that comes from the north. As I can finally click on this and move this out of the way. Finally, because of my issue with my browser, not because of anything that you did. And there is a change in the hallway to your north. As a door grinds open.
Oh, okay, that opens something. That can only be a good sign. She lies.
Maybe that is the answer. Maybe the whole thing's a trick and we're just supposed to keep pressing all the buttons instead of making choices.
Maybe. Are we leaving that fancy the guys? Are we leaving those guys trapped, enabled?
Yeah. I mean, the wall's gonna block them off, right?
Yeah, but what if the doors all get unblocked? And lets them all loose. Like a pound of dogs.
Yeah, might as well, right? I'll keep an eye on this wall, and if it starts to move, then come running back out, right?
Might as well unpick him. Unlock him. Wait.
Disarm them.
Disarm them. Yeah. Yeah.
I'll guidance before all of them.
Okay. All right.
I'll help.
Okay. I carefully.
You want to do it in a bulk? Would you like to just do
bulk.
all of them with one roll?
Yeah.
Okay. But if you fuck up one roll, you fuck them all up.
You've got advantage on it.
Yeah.
D4.
I won't fuck it up.
think
It's
you'll be
fine.
okay.
It's fine. I got 16. It's fine. As soon as I said it's okay, I won't fuck it up, I knew I was gonna fuck it up.
Oh, that's funny. I mean, it's still fine, but that's funny. Okay. No, you know what? I'm going to use my DM D6
What?
to subtract from your roll.
Can I use my D6 to counter that, or to just also roll?
You activated my trap card.
Listen, if people give me D6s, I gotta use them eventually, right?
This is why. Yeah. This is why you're on the shit list if you give Tom a D6. This is why.
Damn it.
Fuck.
I rolled a 5.
And I rolled a 1 to add back to it.
Who gave you that D6, Tom?
Time did.
Time.
Okay.
You're thinking that I just manifested that D6 because you
No,
didn't
'cause
remember having
I
it.
think 2 people gave you one. I was curious.
Oh, really?
No, it was a
Who's the other
battle
one?
D6, and it's not a battle. We're fine.
Oh, sorry.
You can't get 2 D6s anyway. Fine. Wouldn't have happened.
That's why I couldn't have 2, and so that Tom got 1 instead.
So what are we at in total? 13 plus 3 minus 1 plus 5.
No. Yeah, sure.
Oh, sorry, minus.
Nope, I
minus
like yours
5
better.
plus
I
5.
like yours better. You already said it.
13,
Minus
Plus
1 then,
three.
overall.
Plus 1 minus 5. There you go. 12.
Almost like it wasn't worth doing anything at all.
Okay. It's very rare that I get to use D6s against you guys. Okay. So you do actually successfully manage to disarm 2 of the sarcophagi in this room. The ones on the northern wall are both
I'd already done
disarmed.
those 2.
I think that's what.
I'd done those 2, and I'd come down to do these bottom 2 and the big boy.
Yeah.
Had
I done those
already
2.
rolled the ones with the
Yeah, ages ago.
She did those because
Oh,
before
okay,
she went
okay,
out.
okay.
Yeah.
Right. And you're doing these 2 bottom ones and the big main one.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. In which case, you successfully managed to disarm these 2 bottom ones. So you've done 4 out of 5 in this room. As you go to tete-a-tete with the sarcophagi, the main focus point of the room down here, you notice that the contraption here is different. You suspect that it would still spring open, but it's quite clear to you as you get deeper into trying to disarm it that there's something additional that's been added to this one. And you very carefully try to maneuver your way around it, but for whatever reason, for some reason, you fail. But we can decide together why that reason is. Is it something that is it because this is so ancient that there's a mechanism there you don't recognize? Is it because Nugget nuzzles you and knocks your hand? Is it because Haiku makes a shit joke in the other room and you're like, for fuck's sake, and you go like, what do you want to do?
I think given it's gone so well, maybe I just got too comfortable and my brain just lingered for a second and I was like, oh, I got this, and then I fucked it up.
That's when most accidents happen in the workshop.
Wow, there you go.
Probably. Used to be that way. You get complacent.
Okay. So learning a lesson then, you notice that as you kind of you lift it up, because part of untrapping these or disarming the traps requires lifting the top of the sarcophagus just a slight smidge, just so you can get access to the mechanisms. As you let go, thinking that you've solved it, you hear a crunch and a whir, and it sounds like something smashed. And for a second, there is a sound of a hinge opening as the top of the sarcophagus seems to lift itself up slightly in each of the corners, and pouring from every crack and crevice as the top of it is opened is billowing, thick, just black smoke that just absolutely smogs up the entirety of the room. It starts filling extremely rapidly.
Good. Sure, that was supposed to happen.
It wasn't supposed to happen.
I knew it was going to be gas.
Oh, we gotta go.
It's okay. There's a nice drain hole over here that it can all sink down.
True,
It starts
true.
to roll over the floor, but also fill up the ceiling as it starts to quickly make its way towards you.
Okay, maybe we should go fast.
Let's go.
Yes, I can't
Oh,
move.
we're gonna
my
have to
character.
jump. Do we have to like jump over this hole?
I mean, it's small enough that I can just assume that you make it.
Okay.
Okay, I made it.
If it was 10 foot, if it was 5 foot wider, I would have made you jump. But I'm not going to make you roll to jump 5 foot. You're adventurers. It's part of your day job. But regardless,
Someone with a quartermaster check the ones in front or something.
Yeah.
can I
I'll
have
go-
a
I'll go
dexterity
front.
saving throw from Randall, please.
Oh shit! I stepped over Oro.
That's why you don't step over me.
Now you know. Oh no.
Can I use my luck for you?
Wait, is that a saving throw?
Yeah.
That is a saving throw.
Take a +3 to that. That's one of my flashes of inspiration.
Cool. 11.
Do you have a
Okay.
D6?
I don't think so.
No,
D6,
all
no
D6
D6 for Randall.
used.
Womp, womp, womp. As you step in front of Oro, saying loudly, "Let me go in front. I'll make sure to use my quarterstaff to check where each of the
That's
different
exactly what happens.
tiles are."
And it
No
goes
worries.
to check the one, not the one he's about to step on, but the one further, one on more than that.
Yeah, you, with
Complacency.
confidence and complacency, step directly into one of these holes. Unfortunately, you slam down into the ground as the tile underneath you just drops out from underneath you. Your front half now scrabbling at tiles in order to not fall down. But you are, half of you, already slipping
Can I
down.
be like, because I was going with my quarterstaff, it like managed to get under my arms, but it's wider than the hole, so it's like caught on the tiles either side, and I'm just like hanging over it. Like, oh.
That would be a really nice way to not fall like 120 feet. But unfortunately, you failed your saving throw. You failed it bad. So you grasp at the ledge in your desperate attempt to stay up still. Do you still have your quarterstaff in your hand?
Probably not if I'm trying to like scrabble.
Okay.
But if I'm like trying to stop myself falling, maybe.
Will you tell me?
No, I think the panic would probably be setting in, so it'd probably be the trying to grab hold of anything.
Okay. In which case you
Would that be difficult terrain though?
No.
Sounds pretty difficult. Sounds difficult.
Would it though?
No. You for a moment scrabbling at the edge of this hole, and before you kind of turn around to your comrades and look terrified.
We're all just waving. Bye.
See you later. As you
Should have stepped over me.
as you start to slip. Can you give me one final dexterity save, please?
I would look. Nugget would try and save too, but I don't want to.
Can I use an inspiration to like not die? Can I
Do you have an inspiration?
I do have an inspiration.
Yes, you absolutely can use an inspiration to not die.
To not to die.
So maybe if you use your inspiration, then what happens is you do have your quarterstaff and you use that to block yourself from falling down.
Yeah.
And you just kind of force it into the stone either side. And due to its sheer strength as a magical item, it manages to wedge itself without breaking, and you can use it to lift yourself up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Do you want to describe
Yes.
that, or are you happy with that description?
Yeah, like that.
Okay, cool. In which case, you are dangling currently over this very deep pit, but you are safe, and there is something that will stop you from falling down.
Found one.
Can you find it with the quarterstaff and not yourself next time, please?
Yep.
How do you get up? Which side do you go?
Well, I'm not going to go forwards because that feels like a bad idea.
Okay, I'll step back.
Can I?
Nugget,
Yeah, thanks.
maybe Nugget can help you get up as well. Like drag you
I'll
up.
I'll like push up on the quarterstaff and like sit on the tile behind me.
Sure.
Get up like that.
Okay. You managed to, use a little bit of force to like yank your quarterstaff back out, and again, thanks to its properties as a magical item, you are able to do so without damaging it or really doing too much damage to the walls itself. You can see that there is some marks in the stone that have just kind of been carved there by you desperately holding it in place.
I've left my mark on this place.
Yeah, that's not usually the way you want to do it. Yes. You managed to sit there, heart rate lowering a little bit as you reflect on the fact that you very nearly dropped a very long way into spikes, you assume. But as you sit here, you notice that the room is still filling with smoke.
Oh yeah, that. I want to stand up and just like every bit of tile, just like give it a solid tap. Like
Good whack.
Solid tap. Okay, well, the one beyond seems to be safe.
Don't. Yeah, so like this one, but also any like side bits that are remaining. Like,
Yeah, for the properties of this, we'll just assume that it's the one in front of it. You're okay.
Okay. So yeah, tap. Is that one safe?
Yep.
And then I will step onto it, and then check all the one, everything in front of me.
You are certain that for this corridor, you are now out of trap tiles.
Am I?
As you pass
Given
around.
that I just nearly fell to my death, am I really that certain?
Yes, you are certain that none of the floors in front, none of the tiles in front of you on the floor will plummet to your demise.
Okay.
Not in the same way as those ones did.
Okay, well that changes things.
These ones plummet
The
upwards.
same way.
These ones plummet upwards.
Okay. I think we're good.
Okay.
Is this next part good as well? Do I need to check any of this?
Where are you going?
Well, I want to check. I want to check everything. Like,
give me
Randall's job is just testing the floor now.
I'm the floor tapper.
Okay, give me an investigation check or a perception check if you'd like to, depending on how you're investigating this area, your local vicinity.
Physically with hitting it.
That will be investigation rather than perception then.
Okay, then I am looking at it.
Perception, please.
While tapping.
Okay. So the if you're still just tapping on the floor, then you're okay. Like you're fine.
Okay.
But as you are doing so, you notice that there are grooves along the walls that you hadn't identified before. Grooves that seem to it's almost like it's a ramp of some kind that ramps down to the final tile of this hallway. It's like the walls themselves, like at the very, very bottom of the wall itself seems to have like a curved edge almost that leads all the way to the bottom of here, where it seems to almost like deposit something on the final tile.
Weird. Look at
As
these
you
weird.
tap the final tile at the end of this corridor here. Oh, that's the wrong fucking level. At the end of the corridor, you notice that it does seem to have a little bit of wiggle to it.
There's something weird going on here. Like there's like grooves, and the bottom the tile all the way over there is a bit wobbly. It's like not solid, but it's not like fall through wobbly, but it's definitely weird.
You think it'll spin around?
The room continues to fill with smoke.
Wow.
Is there another button on that statue? What's it say?
Yeah, Haru looks at the statue.
There is a button on that statue, yes.
Is there a dart hole in the wall?
There is a dart hole in the wall, yes.
There's a dark hole.
Everyone pan out. Get out of the way.
Or can we jam something in it again?
Got another dagger.
Okay, jam that in there. All right, Haiku, you got your
Right.
job. Go press the button.
Go.
Go.
Like that
Said you push
film,
first for
The
safety.
Hurt Locker.
Push first.
Okay, you pressing the button?
Does it say anything in Draconian?
You cannot see any writing on it.
Okay. Yes, I'm going to press the button.
You press it and you hear some clunking whirring as it sounds like more doors are opening. The door directly to your north and to your south, as well as one a while away.
Good.
But in addition, please place yourself back where you were. Oro.
Oh no.
Well, what, here or when I was back here?
That's fine. No, that's fine. That's fine.
What?
Oh, no.
We're in trouble. Someone's come along.
What's this?
As what?
Oh, was that always there? There's like a black line.
No, see, the black line is where I have yet to add this to the other layer as well. Because you need that for 2 layers. Do not fear. I'll put it on the object layer instead of the map layer or anything, just so I can mess with it later. As Haiku presses that button, there is a very quick grinding noise as a door closes behind you.
Oh no.
Hello?
Oro and Haiku will be very glad to know that there is no smoke in this room. The rest of you will be very unhappy to hear that the entire population, the entire area where you are currently at, is now filled to the brim with smoke. You cannot see anything. It does not seem to be affecting your health or anything. You're not, I mean, there's a bit of a kind of lack of oxygen going on, but apart from that, you're not affected in either way.
Can you press the button again? Press the button again.
Can we hear him through the door?
You can hear like a mumbling. If you place yourself right against the wall, you can give it a check.
I mean, I feel like Oro would probably immediately press the button again if a door closed behind her.
Yeah, would you?
Yeah.
Okay, first off, hi Amicus and Raiders, how's it going?
Oh hey Amicus, thank you so much for the raid.
I should have just
Hi Dan.
cliffhangered you. I should have cliffhangered you at the wall coming down.
Clanged you.
It's too late.
Yeah, but we've already. Whoa. Never mind.
We've gone past the.
We've already clung. Gotta move on.
It's the point of no return. Continue.
Slam your hand down on the button, Oro. Let me just double check what it does.
As Oro does that, I just sort of whisper, "How satisfying is that?"
Beautiful construction work. Wow.
You hear another clunking whir from the door to the north and to the south of you, the ones above and below here, as they lock. But the door that closed behind you, that is now separating you from you and your party, does not move.
Shit.
You've killed us.
Press it again.
I'll press it again.
I'm pressing it again.
Okay, as you press it again, the doors to the north and south of you do appear to unlock once more.
Feel the craftsmanship.
Okay, alright, I've got shit to do. Okay, well, are we ending it here, or do you want to...
We're going to have to end it here. We're at end time.
No.
I mean, we technically have 4 minutes, but...
Are we meant to be able to see through these doors, by the way?
To the north and south of you?
Yeah.
I mean, you can now. you.
Okay.
And our session ends there. Our party separated for the first time.
Don't like this.
Getting separation anxiety. There's a wall between you. I can also put this on the map as well.
Oh no, Nugget's on our side. Nugget's gonna break down that door.
That's true.
Right. Oh shit, oh fuck, that's exactly right.
Oh shit, oh fuck. Yeah.
And that's where we end our session for today.
How
Thanks
dare.
for joining us, everybody. Should have cliffhangered at the door closing behind you, but it's all right. We're still in a precarious situation. It's still kind of cliffhangery. You got something to look forward to for next week. And that's where we're at, folks. You've stumbled into this tomb, and it does seem that the what's that? It's not epitaph, is it? What's the word? Superlative of the paranoid appears to be somewhat appropriate. Title, yeah. As this place appears to be epithet. Epithet the word?
What does that word mean?
No, epithet is well, actually, I think epithet's like a pithy statement. Epithet. Adjective or descriptive phrase expressing a quality characteristic of the person or thing mentioned. Just kidding. It's definitely epithet. What am I thinking of? Nice.
Yeah. Love being right. Okay, cool.
All right.
Well, there we go. Thank you very much, everyone who's joined us. It's been lovely to come back and play some more D&D.
Other examples of epithet in monarchs include French King Charles the Bald and Spanish King Philip the Pious.
Oh,
She.
Okay. Over to you, Jenny.
All right. Well, we'll see you next week. Hopefully it won't be another month break. I'm sure we'll probably be back next week. Hopefully, maybe.
Yeah, that was mostly my fault, and July's not nearly as busy. So.
It wasn't all your fault. A bunch of us
we've
all
all
had
got stuff on. We've all got stuff
yeah.
on. It's okay. We play when we can play.
Yeah. All right. See you next week. Hopefully, maybe. Bye.